Yep.
All right, greetings on Tuesday night. This is sort of an odd night to stream. Typically not doing it, and we're doing an unconventional stream on an unconventional night. So I decided it might be fun to make the characters for our upcoming solo super campaign, and that we would maybe just make them online. We would do it. Scott's going to join me here in a minute as soon as he is done going. He's getting a beverage or something.
I'm back.
Hey, see, he's already back. So he's going to join us, which he is joining us right now. And we're going to make characters. We're going to make them online here. You can see the process. No one's here. It's fine. TV might be here. Hello, TV. How are you? How are you?
I'm being
Good.
optimistic.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
TV's here. Welcome, TV.
TV is here. This game is roughly based on City Heroes, by the way. Keep that in mind. So that is its claim to fame.
Yeah, it's like what if City Heroes and Runebearer had a child?
Had a baby, yeah. Had a tactical combat baby. Yes, a baby with a D12 in its hand.
It's like a rattle, but it's a D12.
But it's a D12 rattle, and it hits you for 3d8.
Sure.
So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk a little bit about in the labyrinth as you speak. There you go. What I think we're gonna do, I'm gonna talk briefly and do sort of a mini session 0, right? Just go over the background, why this game even exists. So we'll chat, and I figured Scott might be here for that too, because he was
Sure.
was here, was with me during the genesis of this mess. And we'll talk about the premise of the campaign, which is actually fairly simple. It's a quick elevator pitch. Then we'll talk about making characters. Hopefully, as we make characters, we can go over the rules somewhat, at least to, right, as they pertain to the character creation, and then done. And then I don't know what we're gonna, after that, we'll see where we're at, right? So we'll make hopefully 4 characters, unless it takes too long. And then we'll figure out when to schedule this. The actual game sections will probably start out videos until we hit some stride, or maybe there's a big fight or something, and we'll do that on live on stream kind of thing. That might be fun. We'll do what they do at Twitch. I used to enjoy that there was Twitch channels that did D&D gauntlets, and people would pay to give them either they give the characters either more inspiration or whatever, or re-rolls, or they would throw in another monster. Nice. Right, they would put money down and go, here's $5, here's another monster. So let's talk about so here you go. So let's talk about the Supers game, Scott, a little bit.
Sure.
Just sort of where it came out of, and where the genesis of it. And Scott and I both, a lot of our early role playing together, especially in the 80s and through the 90s, I would believe, it was Hero system, was Champions.
Yeah.
Which is a great system, by the way. I still think 4th edition is sort of the pinnacle of Hero. I know that 5th edition is sort of 4th edition with a ton of explanations and edge cases, and so it's close. They're compatible, but I truly think that 4th edition, with its sexy George Perez cover, was sort of the height of Champions for me. I need to get that up now. I had one, and I totally dropped the ball. So here's Drive Through RPG. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you remember this book. Unfortunately, mine fell apart. The binding on these books was shit, notoriously bad.
Oh, mine fell apart. For a long time, I kept the cover because it's gorgeous, and all the back half setting information. Yeah. Because the rules just fell apart, and at some point, I had Hero 5e, And so I'm like, well, I'll use Hero 5th edition, but I kept all the Champions campaign info, and that cover was great. And I may still have it, or I finally gave up on it because it literally broke in half.
Yeah,
Because I had that book since it came out, basically.
Yeah, I agree with you. The binding on these books
That
was
was one
terrible.
of my, because I obviously came to role playing later than you
Sure.
by a fair bit, but that was that was one of my first RPG. MERP was arguably certainly my first RPG, but
Yeah.
Champions was very early. It's like once we met,
Yeah.
and it was Hero System Fantasy Hero, which is also an amazing
book.
game.
It's an amazing book. Yeah.
Amazing book. Fantasy Hero and its supplements, and Champions were my first college era RPGs.
Yeah, no. So we played a lot of Hero, and I'd played it toward the end of high school. That was all of our supers gaming. We did some Fantasy Hero also. Hell, I ran my first, well, not my first science fiction campaign. That was like I was 8 and we were playing Traveler. But one of my later in high school sci-fi campaigns, believe it or not, was we used the rules from Espionage by Hero Games, and then just tacked the sci-fi shit on top of it. Because again, I think the gun combat rules in Hero System are actually really, really good. Like the injury rules and the gun combat rules and all that actually are pretty hard to beat, I think. So yeah, we played a lot of Champions, but as you can only do with a game that you play for like over a decade, familiarity breeds contempt. A little bit, right? I lost.
Somewhere I still have the Dark Champions.
Oh right,
I have that. Yeah, I have that.
I remembered. I have a lot
of Hero. I have a lot of Hero source books.
Do I have anything?
That was a lot of Hero source books.
I believe I might still have those rules from the Champions book in a binder somewhere. But like I said, over the course of a decade, I think we played it and we played it and we played it. And what I started to realize, and this could just be us, frankly, I'm not totally hostile to the idea that maybe we're just not creative people, but I did think that the characters started to feel samey in Hero, in Champions. I feel that so a couple things happened as Champions matured and we played it more. One thing was you typically ended up with campaign limits. And the campaign limits were, you might get 250 points or 300 points, but there was always a campaign limit on how much you could spend on any one given power or power framework that you purchased in the game. So you might have 300 points, and the GM says, but all your powers can only be 60 active points. So that means like your blast would be 12 die 6, and your defenses would be, I don't know what 60 points will get you, 20 or 30 max. Right, so it puts a hard cap on what the magnitude of your powers could be. And don't get me wrong, I think that's a good idea on one hand. On the other hand, if you have enough points and you have a max, you should buy every power to the max. And I think that's sort of what happened with Champions. Like Champions, it started to look like every character had a 60-point multi-power with an energy blast, a killing attack, an area of effect attack, maybe a flash, maybe a drain, right? They had, you just covered all your bases because you had the points to do it, and you were going to hit the cap anyway, if that makes any sense. Do you agree, Scott?
Oh no, it's fair. You can say min-maxers like me ruin Champions. It's 100% a fact. Like, because I will design a character to exactly meet campaign maximums.
Yep. But I don't think it's min-maxers. I wouldn't give yourself that much credit this time. I actually think that
under the bus.
Yeah, I threw you totally under the bus.
Nice.
You know, the bus did 12d6, by the way, because that's the max I can do.
That's the max. I mean, that's all the bus can do.
Shakes fixes Scott.
No, you should build to campaign maximums But if every character does that, then every character comes out about the same, and it's not interesting anymore.
Yeah, and I've always felt that Champions and Fantasy Hero and all the games based on Hero System had a problem with hybrid powers, with a power that did two things.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna buy an Entangle,
Thank you, TV.
if you're gonna buy an Entangle, that's fine. Buy it to the campaign maximum. If you're gonna buy an attack, buy it to the campaign maximum. Don't buy an Entangle that also does damage.
No.
Because if you do that, you're buying a shitty Entangle that does shitty damage.
No, they.
And because everyone else has
it-
bought everything to
yeah.
the campaign max, they're going to bust out of your Entangle and not take any damage from your, you know what I mean, from your power.
It's not so much just that all the characters ended up at the maximum, is they all ended up having very direct, straight. Weirdly, the most efficient thing to do was to take a straightforward power rather than anything interesting, because in Hero System, interesting powers were expensive to build.
Yes.
Whereas campaign maximum, very sort of almost boring, straightforward powers were the optimum thing to build. And then why wouldn't you do that? Why would I have something that had a weird secondary effect? Because it's inefficient now, you know.
Right. The right tool for the right job. Well, but the right tool was always so what you ended up with, right? What you ended up with is you ended up with a bunch of characters with powers that moved as close to the cap as they could,
right,
or up to the cap,
and did one thing,
and the character could do multiple things, but each power did a single thing,
right?
And so you had a lot of 12 die attacks going up against a lot of 30-point armors.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt that the tactical richness of Hero was sort of let down a little bit by the build system, if that makes any sense.
I agree. I just think it's
so, yeah, right. So for the longest time, I would always say, I'm glad I made Runebearer, but I'm never making a superhero game because we have this one. Right. And I kept saying that and saying that and saying that. And then there was a day came where I was like, I gotta make a superhero game. I can't do this anymore. And so the idea was, how can you make that superhero game, right? What do you do to make a superhero game and to encourage, if not enforce, some kind of weird tactical build weirdness amongst the characters, right? Like almost enforce build diversity, and not by just fiat, which a lot of the build diversity in Champions is GM fiat, right? Oh, I'm going to be firepower, so my powers won't work near water or something, right? So that's sort of how Champions is build diverse in that way, your power limitations. But how can we sort of encode that into the game? And we were playing a lot of City of Heroes at the time as well. And so the thought was, could you base something around the D12 system we had? The roll a D12, add your number, the enemy rolls a D12 and adds their number, higher number wins, sort of done, right? Do that, take the tactical minis game that we know and love, and sort of cheese a City of Heroes like power system. And so what the idea is that every hero is made up of 2 power sets. They can choose from a long list. We actually have, if you count all the power sets that I have, including the ones that are not quite yet done, right? I think there's 64 power sets in total.
A lot. Yeah.
There's 54 that are quote unquote done. And in the second list, the ones that aren't done yet is 11. So we have 65. Did I just say? Yes, there's 65 total sets. So if you pick 2 sets, if you mix and match, you go, I'm going to do fire and shield. Or I'm going to do earth and jetpack. I don't know why you would do earth and jetpack, but sure. So that's what, well over 3,600, 30, closer to 3,900
Combos.
combinations of characters, right? Not all of them probably work, but there are those options. And then sort of, if we play fast and loose with how you theme those powers, and let's say you took flame and archery and just said, well, I don't really shoot arrows, I do this other thing, right? I shoot these fiery spikes out of my lava out of my hands or something. Then, we can take some liberties with the powers as they're defined and work that to make characters that, well, hopefully are interesting. So the question is, and I think the key there is that not all the sets do all the things very well, and some of the sets do certain things better than others, right? Every set
Yep.
hopefully has at least a situational fun niche, but not every set, for instance, has a good movement power as a random, for instance. So you could be a character. It's like, well, yeah, I can't fly. I can't. I mean, I literally can run. That's it. That's what I do. But I'm really strong, and I really, or whatever. Right? There's you might find yourself with a gap, or I have no energy defense, but I have a great physical defense, or I have no, or vice versa. Or I'm a brute, but I am immediately put down by a mentalist. That kind of thing. And so hopefully there's this little bit of rock paper scissors thing going on, and the players, I get angry. TV gets angry.
Yeah.
Will be forced to sort of play their matchups a little bit.
It's definitely a system that does not lead everyone to have very similar characters with very similar abilities. You tend to have a lot more edge cases, and some characters. Almost everyone has a specialty, which I much prefer. It's much more interesting. Most characters have a weakness, and most characters have a strength.
Yeah, yeah, I
Which
do.
I think how supers are supposed to be.
I do think that works out. I mean, I think, and I think it does that. I think it does that a little bit better, but a lot better than Hero. And what we lose is we
Yes.
lose that generic framework that Hero does so well. Like, I have always struggled with the concept of, well, how much hit points does that wall have? And you just go, well, maybe I don't care, right? So we lose a little bit of that generality and
Yeah.
that framework that I think Hero does a lot better than we do.
I mean, hero strength is still it finds a weirdly it's great at efficiently gamifying the world.
Yeah.
Um, better at it is than gamifying characters. Like
Well,
it's a really good system of world interaction. It's almost a worse system for character interaction. Not that the interaction's bad. It's just, but the characters come out very, I think, samey, and they're not as interesting. But
I think what's funny is that Hero is better if you already have the characters and you are simply codifying them in game, because then it doesn't matter what the points are. Like if you said,
right,
like because Hero can also do, I got a guy that lifts 90 tons, and I got a guy that lifts 500 tons, and I got a guy that lifts 100 kilos, and those all fit in the system. And again, this system doesn't do that very well. Like the heroes are much more compressed into a power spectrum, right?
True.
Because you sort of want that. You want them balanced. You don't want a 700-point hero and a 200-point hero facing off, unless you do, of course. But again, Hero does that better than I think than D12 does, for sure.
It's a good world framework. I just think it makes less interesting characters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So I think the thesis of the D12 Supers is I wanted a tactical minis superhero game where each character had very distinct strength and weakness and rock paper scissors sort of capability in that, and that's what we sort of shot for. And I think we mostly does okay. So I think that's what we're gonna see as we hopefully make these characters. So I think that only took me 35 minutes to explain, or
it's a whole new thing.
It's a whole new thing.
You can make, certainly, I'm sure, a more middle of the road character in D12 supers, but then you are missing out on sort of the strength. Like, you're not, like, if you could do that, I mean, it's not terrible. It's just,
Well, I don't think everybody's the same combat wise. I don't think I do think it's sort of like, it does make characters that are different levels of power in the tactical minis game. And but again, we've seen a lot of characters go through the game.
Yeah.
And there are very few that you go, well, that's just unviable. Like, that doesn't work. Like,
no,
I think a lot of them work in certain ways.
It's not hard to make a viable character.
Yeah.
It's just decide what is the thing that you do that you want to do. And there's some combination that will do that. As I said, you got like 3,900 combos. You're gonna find one.
You got one somewhere. Right. So
it's fun when you find something weird and interesting.
Yeah. So okay, so let's talk about let's talk about the campaign pitch, right? So my super quick elevator pitch is Harry Potter meets Stranger Things meets My Hero Academia, if you know what My Hero Academia is. Superhero high school. Or meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. How's that? Except everyone's the Vampire Slayer. Right?
Right.
So
there are no Xanders.
Right. There's so the characters are high school students, they're high school freshmen at a high school in the Northeast that is for metahumans to learn to safely use their powers and fulfill their civic duty before they either go off and join the national service, which would be like the National Guard Army for superheroes, or join like a corporate group like a Nova Corps, or one of those groups, or become super accountants. I don't know. Not everybody's powers in the world are awesome. But obviously, either A, there's wacky antics because it's a superhero high school, and B, obviously something goes awry, and then the characters find themselves in dire straits, right? With the caveat and the campaign conceit that, much like, say, a Harry Potter sort of thing, it is going to be as unrealistic as it is. The kids doing the heavy lifting most of the time. Like, the adults are always busy. They're always not believing you. You can't just run to the teachers and go, please, teacher, who is obviously more powerful than I am, please take care of this villain. Certainly on an all-out attack of the school, you would have, the teachers would become involved. But for most of the stuff, it's the kids sneaking around. It's the kids taking care of it, trying to avoid detection because they don't want to get kicked out of school, like that kind of thing, right? I think that's sort of the vibe.
Because at the core, it's sort of a weird, insidious mystery.
Yeah.
That the teachers are unaware of and aren't going to be aware of,
Right. Yeah. I mean, and again, and no matter, ultimately, no matter how hard you try, the campaign falls apart if the teachers just take over. So the answer is
no.
They don't.
That's not. Yeah.
Right. Dumbledore never fixes anything for Harry. He always just says something like stupid and vague and then sends Harry on his way to go be killed by a fucking snake or a wyvern or whatever the hell.
Fair.
Because he does, right? So I think that's the pitch. And if you, so, but the kids aren't secret. Like, it's not like they're at a normal high school and they have to, it's not like Peter Parker, right? When he was in high school and he has to be, it is literally all the people, the kid are powered in some way, most of them, because they're doing outreach to normals, the high school. So there are normal kids mixed in.
Sure.
But when they leave the school to go actually do superheroing, which they probably will, or investigating, they're going to need to either conceal their identities or be very, very careful, because the school does have surveillance, and I'm not actually allowed to go off and use your powers off campus, like that kind of thing, right? The idea is that you'll all be protected, and they can't let you go off and go fight thugs or beat up the mob or whatever. So if they catch you, you will be disciplined, that kind of thing, right? So
yeah, and the local police authorities still don't love vigilantes,
especially 14, 15-year-old vigilantes. That sounds like a recipe for lawsuits and disaster, right? So
that's why it's great.
So that's sort of where we're at. And that's sort of the campaign, the base campaign conceit. So we're going to make 4 characters. And the reason we have 4 is 2 boys, 2 girls. They're going to be roommates, so roommates and roommates, right? I might have a 3rd roommate in there based on what the plot needs. And mostly for plot points, this is a little bit more, I'm going to throw randomness in, and we'll see where this goes. But I know at least the first part of this adventure, because we ran some of these.
Yeah.
Like full disclosure, I've run some of this adventure, these things before, so I sort of theoretically know what might happen, but I think we're going to just see where it ends up, though. And of course, I am a sucker for rolling a d12 and just going, well, on a 12, this happened, right? Or what? Drawing some cards, and we'll see where it all goes.
Chris does love his random chart. I love the random chart.
Love me a goddamn chart. I love it.
Love a random chart.
I love a chart. I love what is this? A chart, right? So we're going to generate 4 characters. And one of the reasons I drag Scott in is because A, Scott likes to make characters. Right? B, he's good at it. C,
crush it.
And this is a flaw in the system a little bit, I will say that. I feel that the character creation document goes through the steps fairly well. And it goes through the steps in the correct order if you've never played the game, if that makes any sense. So you'll see I have it on my left right here. So I have generate 7 primary stats, choose your day job, choose your power sets, decide if you want a super stat, calculate some bonuses, get your fighting style, get your power, calculate your figured stats, and you're done. That's not the order you should do anything in.
No.
Like if you played the game before, you should totally not do anything in this order. But I think this is the best order to explain the rules.
Sure.
But it's not really the best order to execute character creation. And so Scott's here as I go through these.
I mean, the correct order is you do everything simultaneously.
You sort of, yes.
Like you are trying to calculate everything instantaneously the whole way through.
That's
how it's
funny.
going to work.
That's funny.
Like you have to pick your 2 power, your 2
your sets,
power stat. But once you've settled on that, because you have an idea of how you want it to go, at that point you are trying to juggle everything all at the same time, because you can't really do it sequentially. You have to what stats do I need for my combat skills? What stats do I need for damage? Do I have skills that need stats? It's a lot, but I love it. That is what I'm actually great at.
So I must feel bad that's how it worked out, but I do appreciate that's just what it is. There's enough numbers and they all touch each other in some way that you sort of got to deal with it. So
let's do it.
We're sort of going to go through this straight down a little bit, but I'm going to sort of probably have Scott. He's going to be churning this, to be able to come back and go, hey, that decision you made like six hours ago, you should make this other decision because I've figured out what the optimal actually is, right? So we're going to make Beetle first.
Beetle. What are the power sets?
So super tough.
Okay.
So Beetle is going to be the tank.
Yeah.
And he's either going to, and I think insect form.
Yeah, that's what he was, right?
For
I
Beetle.
like it.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
super
nothing wrong
tough
with that.
insect form is
Mhm.
gonna be, and I think he's also a jock, so I'm just gonna put that because
Sure.
I mean I think jock makes sense
Yep.
for Beetle, right? So Scott Simmons, the quick I think here's the quick rundown. So Scott has a little bit of a legacy, right? Or I shouldn't say that. His father does and his brother does. And I think how we're going to tweak sort of his origin story is that his father was sort of a fairly successful inventor slash bioengineer, right? And he exposed Scott's older brother to this process. And that's how Scott's older brother became the now famous hero Dragonfly, right? So Scott's brother is Dragonfly. He's undergone some genetic, meta alteration that gives him his superpowers. I don't know what the superpowers are that his brother has yet. I don't know that they'll become relevant, but something to think about. What's Dragonfly, right, feel like to you? Scott, it didn't take quite as well. The he also subjected Scott to the same genetic treatment. That treatment didn't take quite the same. And so Scott did not take on all the super characteristics his older brother did. And instead, his uncle and his father made him the Beetle harness, the armor, right? So Scott might have a little bit of physical, right? Because he is a jock, he is fit and so on, but he does have this Beetle interface that he has to utilize to get into the armor effectively. And typically it's not going to bother him, but it might mean that in certain situations, say when they're surprised or something, it takes him around, right, to get the armor, to press the button, and then he gets, there's a montage that we reuse, like Battlestar Galactica going down the tube kind of thing, right? And then he turns into Beetle. And I don't think that plays into his, but what it does do is he has something to prove, right? Like he's in awe of his brother, maybe a little jealous, maybe feels that he never could match up. And so I think this iteration of Scott is going to be a little bit more. He's an Eagle Scout, right? Certainly a Boy Scout kind of thing, the church altar boy kind of thing. Like he is a good guy for sure, but I think he's going to be a little bit into taking risks to try to prove that he can do this. So I think that's where we're at. So we're super tough and insect. And so now if you so if we look at and this is where Scott's like you should do it all at once, right? Because what you really need to do is
I've mentally done it all at once, but you go ahead.
Yeah. Is you should look at these fighting styles, and Scott can pick from 3. You can only pick one of the 3 or one of the X ones that you have access to. And Scott has Bulwark, Nimble, and Titan. And you'll see that they have these 5 sort of skills: strike, block, shoot, dodge, and zap. Those are your combat skills. That tells you what stats they're based on and sort of how good you are relative to the others. And the addition, it's always 10. So it's always 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, or it could be 5, 5, 0, 0, 0. I don't think there are any of those.
No.
It could be 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, right? There's any number of those that it could be, but but they always break down to 10. So you'll see Bulwark here is good at strike and block, shitty dodge, not great shoot, not great zap. Zap is your mental and somewhat magical. Titan, also good at strike, also good at block. A little bit based on what? Toughness there. Although block muscle toughness doesn't suck either. A little bit more power showing up there, whereas the other one's a little bit more skilly, obviously. So that gives us at least an idea. We definitely want muscle. We definitely want toughness. We might want power. We might want skill. Those sort of just gives me an idea for stats, right? And now we're going to follow, now that I've taken that slight diversion, we're going to follow top down here. So we're going to generate 7 primary stats. We're going to use an array. And the array is going to be 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and 8. The stats are roughly D&D stats in terms of a 14's a +2, a 12's a +1, an 8's a -1, etc. I was thinking for simplicity's sake of dropping the fractions and just not dealing with the fractions. Just because it's sort of an awkward...
I mean,
they do matter, technically, but yeah.
They can add together.
So, okay, so what are we thinking here for stats?
Titan.
Titan? You like Titan?
Yeah, because I would Titan. This is me. I would Titan. I would super stat muscle, and then I would put power and toughness as my next 2, and be full tank. Because you're gonna go max hit points. Super tough gets resolute, which is more hit points from power, and you're just doing basically muscle, toughness, power, which is where all your hit points come from anyways.
Right.
Plus resolute, which effectively doubles your power stat for hit points. And you're counting on armor and block for defense and armor. Armor and block, and you don't dodge. It's not what you do.
No, there's no dodging. He's just literally he's
getting
shot.
You have a good toughness, so your dodge won't be nothing, but that's not the point.
Right.
So that's what I would do personally. I would do Titan, I would super stat muscle, and I'd put power and toughness as my next 2 stats. And everything else is whatever you want for flavor, right? Or if you look at the background, if you're getting skills, what those are based on,
So that smells to me like 15, 12, 10, 14, 8, 13, 11.
Yeah, probably. Sure.
So there you go. There's our array.
Yep. Done.
Done. We got to choose a day job. Now we've already chosen a day job, which is nice. So we chose jock. So let's look at, so there you go. So those are our stats. We've arranged them about where we think we're going to need them. And these are very similar. Like this is literally, it's D&D with an extra stat pretty much, if you think about it, right? Reflex is and reflex, in other campaigns, we've called it awareness. It's not just how fast you are, but it is how fast you are. But it's all, in terms of raw reaction time, but it's also how well you are at reading a situation. And so you'll see a lot of academic skills are wit reflex, and though that doesn't seem to make sense, you can read that as wit awareness, pretty much. Yeah. So let's take a look now at the day jobs. And so every day job gets a couple things. A really super short blurb. You're a superb athlete, spend much of your free time practicing and training. You get a couple stats. So he gets +1 muscle already, so 16.
And I would take toughness.
And +1 skill or toughness. Let's go toughness because he's going to need to be
the tank.
Punchy. So +1 muscle, +1 toughness. We do have athlete So we have some proficiencies. So what are proficiencies? So the Supers game has no skills per se. Games like Champions, Mutants, and Masterminds, there's a list of skills. You get skills. You also have powers, and so you're spending points over here, and you're spending points on your powers. And we used to do that, but at some point, I got rid of those because I thought, half the time, I'm not saying skills are pointless. What I'm saying is that picking a lock is not as valuable. It's hard to gauge how valuable picking locks is in a campaign where someone can melt the lock. And in like a fantasy game where you sort of know who can melt locks and who can't, like, oh, maybe one wizard out of all the wizards you meet can blow a lock, then pick locks has a good, easy to determine value. But in a Supers game, almost unknown how much value any given skill is going to have. So the idea was, let's just get rid of them. We won't have to worry about it. Instead, you have proficiencies. The idea is you're good at anything a jock is good at. Now, the day jobs for a different campaign are not going to be jock and rich kid. The day jobs for like a typical superhero campaign might be reporter or playboy millionaire or retired military guy or, whatever, right? Doctor, whatever your day job is. And so the cop is good at investigating, probably shooting guns, interrogating suspects, looking for clues. The reporter, what's the thumbnail from? The thumbnail is from City of Heroes, and a superhero MMO. The reporter, good at interviewing people, asking questions, tracking down leads, writing, presumably they'd be an interesting writer, etc. In this case, the jock is good at athletics, and that could be either muscle toughness or skill toughness. Good at sports, running, jumping, etc. We probably don't super need to, and we'll figure out numbers later. Done. Coach's favorite. Charisma muscle. So coach gives you a lot of leeway. So he gets you out of class. He gives you a hall pass. Find someone to take your test for you if you need to. Feat of skill. So if he needs, for instance, if our jock here, Scott, needs to some reason be out of class so he can go do a thing, buys you drinks, get you hookers. Wait a minute. That's college. That's once you get to college. But he needs to go do some investigation or try to sneak out of campus. Coach might give him a hall pass, right? And get him out of class. Feat of skill and feat of strength. Now, these aren't the only things that he's good at. Like, this isn't the full list of proficiencies. Hookers were high school. Oh, Jesus, TV. Well, you had a much more interesting high school experience than I did then. Ideally, it's anything you can convince the GM that your jock would be good at, kind of thing, right? And then you pick one boon. And the boon, you pick one of the three boons. I mean, don't get me wrong. So I upped tough. Tough is +6 hit points, which I do love.
I saw that. Yeah.
Well, because I'm like, it has to be worth an energy, and one energy is technically worth 2d4 hit points if you heal yourself.
True.
So I'm like, well, tough needs to be more than that. In certain circumstances, I would take gymnast, but this isn't one of them.
I think I'd probably take tough on him. I don't think he needs the energy.
So here's why I would consider energy.
I mean, it's always good.
Well, A, it's always good. B, Steely. He takes Steely, and then every time he gets hit early in a fight, he just burns a couple. He burns like 2 or 3 energy early, and tries to take the 1d3 armor.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's D2, but yeah, unless you up it. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not bad.
You know,
But
so
if you were gonna take one of those burn energy powers,
yeah,
then I would take energy. But if you weren't gonna take one, I would take
you would
tough.
take
So
tough because
yeah,
6 hit points. Yeah, because it's a
it never hurts,
it's
right?
a,
It's a But if you want to take Steely, I would definitely take energy because you're effectively saying I'm gonna do that.
yeah.
Possibly one of the ones for a fight.
Yeah, right. Because otherwise, you don't want to burn through 3 of your energy and only have 3 left. Like that's a
Right.
bad deal. But if he burns through 2 or 3 and has 4 of them left, say,
Yeah, you're probably okay.
that's probably okay. I think I'm going to take the +1 energy and go with
Fair.
him on sort of that. Like at some
Fair.
point, it'd be fun if he's like ends up a juggernaut kind of where you know
Well, he can have he can have really
his
good
armor's gonna be
physical armor.
great. Yeah, and yeah.
So and Steely, of course, compounds it.
Yeah.
Like it's a better power the higher armor because you just get over the hump.
Yes. So
Yep.
okay, so he's a jock. That's what he picked.
Yep.
He's done with that part. We know about what he's good at. He has +1 energy. You have 6 energy. We'll talk about energy for sure. And if we don't talk about it much tonight, we'll talk about it when we do the combat, the sample combat. It's like your stamina bar in Skyrim, except it does a lot of shit, right? It does a ton of stuff. So it's your stamina bar, it's your inspiration, it's a lot of crap. So he has done his day job. We've picked his power sets, super tough and insect form. Decide if you want a super stat. Well, he wants a super stat. Muscle. Done. Right? Yep. Yeah, super muscle. So I am going to put, well, I'm not going to put anything. I will. I'll put a little asterisk so that I remember I super statted this, because super stats. So in this, you're going to get 160 power points to buy your powers. It doesn't have to be 160. It could just be 16, strangely enough, but we're going to go with the, but we could have something that's, 5 at some point, but we don't. Super stats cost 30. And that ups his muscle by 4 points. And so his final muscle is 20. So that's what the super stats for. So we'll put actually that he's spent 30 points. So we know how much he's spent. 30p. So the answer is yes. As you level, you might get the option to open up more super stats. Like you might be able to go, hey, I want more of a stat, and so on. Calculate your stat bonuses, which we can do. So we will calculate his stat bonuses. Did you say what kind of beetle he turns into yet? No. I have no idea. Let's justify those for now. +0, and we'll keep the stupid halves for now. Stinky beetle. No, he's not a stinky beetle. He does have block though, so you'll be happy. And we just keep the fractions because it makes odd numbers useful, potentially. As a game designer that's clunky, I know. And I would be amenable to having people drop them if they didn't want a Hercules beetle or dung beetle. That's funny. I mean, it's just a suit, so he just becomes that guy in a suit. So choose your fighting style. Scott said Titan.
Yes.
And we built for Titan. So Titan is a fighting style in insect form. So we'll put that here. This is his fighting style. Style, Titan. Title, Titan. And let's, I don't know why that's right justified, left justify that crap, sir. There we go. And so now we know, so it is, Titan is MP4 +4. Block is MT3, oops. Power reflex 2. Why is it switching? Why is it moving me over? Dodge is almost non-existent. RT0. And zap is CP1, which also sort of sucks. But so what is my strike? My strike is MP4, so muscle power, so 6 plus to 18. And you add 8. Everything is plus 8. Because you were proficient. I'm keeping all that for now. At some point I'm gonna drop all the plus 8s. But that's for the very far future version of this game at this point. MT3's not bad. That's 18 also, right? Yep. Okay, why is that not right justified again? That's weird. Anyway. PR2, power reflex 2, 1.5. So +1 +3. So it's 8 plus his stat. So what MP4 means, just so you know, it's his muscle bonus plus his power bonus. So 6.5 plus 4 is 10.5 plus 8 is 18. MT3 means +5 plus 2.5, so 7.5, 10 again, plus 8, 18. Power reflex, that's a +0, +1, +3 total, 11 is shoot, right? 11 is shoot. It doesn't look, yes. I am presumably going to have to do this every time. Reflex toughness is 10. His dodge is 10. And his zap is +2, +3, 11. So he's a good boxer. Good striker, good blocker. He is going to be hit by all ranged attacks pretty much all the time. Unless he's at very extreme range or has cover or something like that. What's a zap? Zap is your mental attack and mental defense. So if I try to mind control you, it's my zap against your zap. All the defenses, much like Runebearer, go down by 3 every time you use them in a round. So if Scott blocks once, it's an 18. If he blocks a second time, so he's fighting 2 thugs, it's a 15. Next time it'll be a 12, and so on. Zap is the only exception to this. Zap, every round you are zapped, it goes up by 2 for the rest of the fight. So mentalists start out as powerful as they're going to be, and as the fight progresses, get progressively less able to manipulate the battlefield with their minds. I feel that is vaguely genre appropriate, since it always seems like mentalists get the drop. When you're zapping, do you have to yell it? Sure. Sure. Let's see. Does this look better centered? Let's look. It does. It does. I'm zapping. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't feel. Yeah, it's probably better. Probably better to just center justify everything. I like the center. I like the center too. All right, so we've got fighting skills. Now we've got 130 points to spend. And Scott's going to need an attack, and he's going to need defenses. And so now we look at the power sets very specifically. So we have 2 power sets that we've chosen. There's super toughness, which gives him a lot of resilience. It is sort of the tanker, the de facto tanky. It's not necessarily the only tanker set for sure. I think Insect does a good job as well. There's sort of a weird set of, what do you want to say? You tanker utility, if that makes any sense, like taunt in super tough. I think super tough is for, I want to be a tank for my guys, kind of. And insect form is a little more well-rounded, I think. So I'm thinking we take invulnerable for sure, and probably carapace in insect form, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, I would take both armors.
Yeah, so we're
Might as
taking
well.
invulnerable and carapace. Yeah, only 2 armors stack unless they say they stack. So only he can pick 2 armors, and if there was a third armor, it would have to say, "Hey, I also stack with other crap." So invulnerable, vulnerable, an armor 6/6. It's like the best armor in the game, pretty much. Does it give you anything else? No. Invulnerable gives you nothing else. It's an inherent armor. You don't need to turn it on. So it has 0 burn. Okay, I'm definitely hating the what it's doing to these columns. And then we're taking carapace. It's also inherent armor. So 4/2/0 means against physical attacks it's 4, energy attacks 2, mental attacks 0. But he does take -1 to all his moves. Not a huge deal for Scott here, but so those are 2 defenses. So that's going to give him an armor right now of, and I'm going to put it down here, his total armor 10/8/0, which is pretty good, I feel. Oops. Presumably we have a getting tabled here. Hold on. There we go. Why did that? Okay, that's awkward. Why are the okay? I sort of hate Word a little bit. Like it doesn't Word doesn't make sense. Like this is not in the same table. Like these 2 things are in the same table, but the cells it is somehow decided need to be lined up. Hey, prepare for a game of super. Yes, prepare for a superhero game. Absolutely, that is what we're doing right now. We are preparing for a superhero game. Ask Copilot to help. No, no. Okay. So we have his 2 armors. And technically, I mean, really, I don't even need to list these separately, really, since they don't have costs associated, but we are going to list them separately so we know what powers he's bought. Carapace costs, I think, 20. Is that true? And
Yes.
Invulnerable's 30. So that's 80 points spent. That leaves us only 80 left. And that's fine. I mean, we need an attack. I would argue Sting is his attack.
That's yep. What to get?
Like Sting is the attack. So we'll see Sting here. It's a single target melee attack. So it's a melee attack. It does damage 2d8 plus his muscle die. Ugh. Okay, well, let's go look up his muscle die. I think it's a pretty high muscle die there.
D12.
D12. Oh, wow. Okay, that's crazy. And that is physical damage and smash. Oops. Costs 4 burn, and we'll talk about burn at some point here. And it's single target. We don't need to necessarily talk about that yet. Oh, it's stab. You know what? We're gonna punch. We're gonna punch. He's smashing. So we're gonna call it, you know, his super punch, which is actually sting. Stin thing. Done. Okay. That's another 20 points, right? So he's up to 100. Okay. What else are we taking here? I don't mind the Roach's resilience for the +2 toughness. That's 2 hit points, and then to resists. Although don't get me wrong, I mean chemicals and poison might not come up, but they might.
I think that's good. I think spider strength is good. I think a move is good.
Oh, he does need a move. That is absolutely the case.
And then if you
Fly.
want
we're taking fly, obviously, right?
Yeah,
Wings.
if you want to burn an energy for the armor buff, that's the other.
Oh yeah.
Potential option.
So wings. It's a
Wings
move.
for sure.
Fly 12, which is actually fly 11, because he's -1 move. Well, we'll do fly 12 just so we know. Overland 4, which means we multiply that by 4 over land to determine how fast he goes. So we gotta have wings. Scott is so OP. He is OP, actually.
So good. I'd probably do both spider's strength and the what's the other one? The roach resilience are good. I would lean toward offense, but you can do either.
Sure.
Because it affects more stats, more skills, more combat skills, because it's muscle. Plus, it's a hit point. Plus, it's a point of damage. Plus, it's Pierce 1.
True. I'm gonna. So we will take. So I will take. So you said roaches. No, you said spider strength.
Spider strength.
Elemento P. Spider.
I mean, they're both great, and eventually you probably want both.
So that's what muscle 2 and pierce 1. So that means for melee only, though. It's interesting. Which makes sense, of course. No burn. So it's not an adder, it's just a trait. He's just a big guy. So 22 muscle goes to 6. And that's gonna push these up by 1 each. So he's a 19, so that's pretty good. So what that means is Piercer 1 means that all his attacks have a 1 in 12 chance of cutting straight through any armor that they hit on his enemies. A super tough jock that can fly. No, Scott cannot smell like beetle poop. He is.
How dare you?
He is. And I am going to take Steely because I do think that's a fun.
I think that's solid.
It's a fun idea, right? It's a fun concept, right? So Steely is Elemental PQRST So we're going to take Steely. Steely is technically a trait. It's a reaction, which all fall into traits. It is when hit, burn energy. 4 armor. 1d2, 1d2, 0. No mental energy until the fight ends. And so that was 20, the spider strength, and Steely is 20, and that's 160, right? So 30, 30 is 60, plus 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 160, done. And that's Scott. So when he's hit, he gets tougher, which is why he has 7 energy. He is a darn good combatant, all things considered. He is like I said, a skilled boxer, effectively a skilled, And hits like a truck.
Yeah, he's good.
Hit points. How many hit points do he have? He has 15 hit points. Plus 11, because half his muscle, so 26. Half his power is 7.
He has no extra points to spend, right?
He's out of points, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So 41 because you add 8 to heroes. Done. So he has 41 hit points. It's not the worst. Now we're on where are we on? We're on the step of calculating your figured stats. So what other figured stats do you have to calculate here? Let's see. Initiative is reflex bonus plus wit bonus -1. Little slow, Scott. He has 7 energy. And technically 1 inspiration, which is a different than it is used other. He has 7 energy because he took that as a boon. We'll do insp here. He has 1 inspiration. And inspiration are used not as rerolls, like in Runebearer. They're used to do something unexpected with your powers. And I think his base defense is 6 plus his reflex bonus is 6. So his defense can't get lower than 6. I think that's it. I think he's done.
If you get more points, I'd buy Resolute as your next option.
Yeah, because it gives you whatever.
It's 6 hit points for 10 points.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good. It's better than buying, because you can buy tank.
Yes.
But that's 20 points for 4.
Yeah.
You can buy Resolute, which is 10 points for 6.
Absolutely.
You know, and I still think Roach's Resilience is also good, but that's pricey.
Right. Yep. 2 more toughness.
So, yeah. I mean, two toughness is nice.
Instead of Resolute, I buy Perfume. Very funny.
No, that's good. No, I think you're good. And you get weird stuff if you want, like 360 vision or whatever. But Resolute's, again, if you're being a tank, Resolute's great. So that would be the next thing if you leveled up or you got a free 10 points or something. But that's a really good character. Like it flies, it punches, it tanks. It's not super versatile.
No. I mean, he does one thing,
but
pretty much.
It does that thing about as well as you can do in the game at the start. Yeah. Arguably,
like he's gonna punch stuff and get hit,
and he hits. It's like a truck, right? Because D12 plus 1. Don't forget, you got another point.
That's true.
Damage
he's all
your muscle went up. 2d8 plus D12 plus 1. And you've got fly, so you're mobile.
So you can at least chase down range characters if you need to.
Right. If someone's flying and blasting, you fly at them and punch them. And you have at least. I mean, it's a low chance, but 1 in 12 chance of pierce is amazing if you do.
Right. It's a great hit if you're hitting the guy. Yeah.
Right. No, it's a great character.
All right. So that's our first guy.
Done. That wasn't bad. That was done. Quick. 9.
It's not long. 9 o'clock. It's not long. Yeah, that's not forever.
It's a good character. Very solid. Super tanky, good puncher, very athletic, because your athletic skills are good as well.
I'm gonna copy this, even though, and the reason I'm gonna copy it is.
No, I think Chris is soloing everything. I'm very enthused about character making. You don't understand. I will just sit and make characters. I'm already making characters for the next Supers campaign, which is like at least a half a year away.
Yeah.
Because this is what I do. It's a
sickness. That's fine.
I was gonna say it's a problem, except I love it.
All right, so our next character is Dead Girl. It's Jane Doe. So Jane Doe is a character that
You have to explain all that.
I'm not going to explain the whole thing. We're just going to explain.
You can't do all that.
She was essentially born dead, right? She was but moving, but animate. You know,
a nice zombie.
Right. Her parents, of course, were horrified, gave her up for adoption. No one adopted her. She spent all her time in the system, and ultimately ends up at the school. Yeah, classic Antichrist demon. She is essentially a zombie.
Is she also super tough?
No, you know how I did her originally for the.
You did sound or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
So she is Jane Doe. Absolutely Jane Doe. And the power sets I did pick, although, I'm not going to do super tough because I don't want to copy any power sets.
No, that's fair. Yeah,
I did Sonic.
Right.
But I did it primarily for, and I only picked a couple. I only picked Reverberation and her super hearing, I think, from Sonic. She's not a blaster. Although maybe Shriek, comes out at some point or something like that, right? Weird like that. But I don't know if there's a second power set that may. I love the idea of super hearing because I love the idea of.
I did like that.
Because it's that whole zombie thing, right, where their bones calcify and so they can hear real well, but otherwise don't.
Sure. But what were the two Sonic powers that you were?
I took Reverberation. When you block, you heal.
That's right. Okay.
And super hearing is literally what I took for her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to save Beetle for sure. That's Dead Girl. So back to, let's take a look at the power sets again. So Zombie, let's take a look at Zombie. So Zombie has the undead fighting style, which is muscle strength, muscle skill, muscle toughness, reflex skill, power toughness. So a lot of skill, essentially. And I would
I would do undead.
So there's undead. I don't know what's in Sonic. Sonic is more blasty technically, so
I mean there's an MSMP, but
there's Shriek and Reverb.
I mean Reverb's not bad. It just comes down to, do you want to do more toughness or more power? I would lean to toughness, which I think makes undead better than Reverb.
Yeah, because that's interesting. Yeah, because if she blasted, it's all power, but she doesn't blast, so it's a little bit more.
Right, because she's and toughness is better than power of the two generally, if you had to pick one of the two. So
yeah,
I would do zombie. I would do undead. I mean undead fighting style, MSMT. And if you can get a decent skill, maybe she has a little bit of dodge.
Yeah, the only other thing I would consider would be something like, if you did do power, then that gives her a bunch of saves on different mental effects, right? Like, there's a bunch of stuff that if you have a fair bit of power, you become more immune or less susceptible to.
That's true, but if she has toughness, at least it does boost her zap in undead.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's a meleeer too. I don't think she's blasting much.
No, I still would lean toward undead, but I could see the case for doing Reverb. It then makes her. It's better if she wanted to have a charisma. Weirdly, I don't know if you care. I would lean toward undead. It's about a 50-50. I just think it's a little more optimized with undead because that's sort of her jam. But because she's not, the advantage of having Beetle having power is eventually gets resolute, and then that's more hit points.
Yeah.
Where she's never getting that. So actually, the toughness I think is just better than power. With the caveat, of course, that does make her probably worse against mental saves. You're right. Yeah, but better against toughness saves. So,
True.
Which I think are more common, but yeah, I could see either way. That could even be just a role play choice. Like how do you feel she is?
Right. Yeah. What is her?
Yeah. Right.
What's her sort of vibe? Right.
I always felt her vibe was more toughness and power, but I could see going either way, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, right?
I'll let you ponder that while I look at powers.
All right, you look at powers. I guess that, and we just sort of. That's a good question, right? Like, what is?
Yeah.
Jane has obviously had to go through it a little bit.
Yeah.
What about martial arts? She's not a martial art. I mean, she picks a fighting style. So all the martial arts, Michael, are condensed into these 5 stats, right? Now don't get me wrong. There is a ninja power set. There's a super soldier power set. All those have different martial arts in them, so to speak. Yeah.
That's your call.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think toughness is better in sort of an outright
better, unless you just wanted to do something else, right?
Yeah. Like I think it's just generally better. My only concern is if we have a whole party of sort of MTs, one power character wipes the floor with them in some weird way. That's my only concern.
Sure.
Now Jane does win a little bit. She can take undead physiology and be resistant to fear. She can take brain dead and have.
She could take brain dead, which gives her
mental armor and +1 saves mental. So she's not.
Yeah, which is not a bad option there.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm.
You have to call it.
Yeah. So
here, I'm gonna go hit the restroom. I'll let you.
Yeah, you do that. I'm staring at this. It's gonna take me forever. I'm gonna stare at this forever and just go, oh God, I don't know. I mean, I picked the characters for their sort of the story beats that I think we want to hit a little bit. It just so happens that the characters are the 2 of them are melee, 3 of them are melee focused. So let's look at these. Let's looking at these abilities. Obviously, her damage is going to be muscle based, so muscle good. Consume doesn't suck. Gain heal 1 for each adjacent bleeding enemy. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be a ton of bleeding. Like, you're not going to, unless you can somehow get your bleed on 2 or 3 targets at once. Might increase the range on that just because. Bleeding enemy, say, within a half move. That might be good. Hey, it's me, Scott. I just got back. Definitely give her a flying. I don't think she can fly. I think her main weakness is going to be she's ground bound. So let's do 15. Let's do 14. Let's do 13 again. Although, nah, you know what?
What's your thoughts?
I mean, okay, so what's undead? Muscle skill.
So I will say this. If you go toughness, you can take strength of the grave, which will buff your toughness and muscle. So it's more synergistic if you're going to take that. because it just pushes that higher.
Yeah.
But but that then you sort of want to take that.
Or it can be two less because it's going to be two higher. Like anything, you could put a 12 in
Well,
it,
true.
and it's going to be a 14, right? Instead,
I
it's
feel
just
like
not a 16.
I would just go, up. But yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, you can go either way. Yep.
Yeah, I don't want. I would love her to be a little more clever than our lovely Scott there. Do we need skill? That's our strike is skill.
Well, you need skill. That's you're gonna go toughness or power probably is your second stat, and skills probably is your third because you want to punch things. It's probably the combo.
Let's do then 10, and let's put 12 in wit. Or I think let's. And she's not shooting, so her reflex might be crappy.
Yeah. What were you thinking on background like her?
Oh, that is true. We're so okay.
Because
So I'm
that's at
staring at
least
powers
something.
already. Let's not stare at powers. Let's just look at.
No, you do it all at the same time.
That's true. Yeah, that's bad. Um,
It's that game because that could matter to skills or stats. I mean, I'm sorry.
so what do we got? Let's look at the day jobs. Bookworm. You love book choice in the library. I mean that's not quite her. She's like more of a music geek, canonically, right? Um, I don't know if we can, if maybe we can adjust that to be music nerd, as it were. But let's look at the rest here. So Bookworm's power wit, computer geek, reflex wit. Spend hours and hours in front of your computer. You get potentially dumpster diver or a robot buddy as your boons. Gamer. I mean, she's not a gamer. I do hate. I suppose I don't understand how Word can continuously fuck up tables and bullets. Goth. I think Goth is closest. Popular redneck stoner theater kid. Yeah, I think she is effectively going to pick Goth, which is power reflex.
You maybe want to go the power combat thing then. Potentially. Instead of toughness. I mean, you don't have to, but it depends what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a +1, but you could build for that. If you want to do power, then you take power as the second best stat, not toughness, and then
Yeah, take it to 14, it becomes a 15.
right.
I mean, reflex sucks on her, but that's okay. I mean, that's
I mean, mechanically, the best one is either jock or rich
yeah, but
girl.
she's not a jock. I mean,
but that doesn't make no. I understand it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah,
Just from stat, those are the stat mechanicals. But if she's a goth and you're getting power anyways, or you stick with what you got, you could put a 10 in power, make it 11 for the hit point, put the 11 in charisma or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you basically get the power, the point back out of power by buffing it with
right. So
God,
you go,
right?
Yeah.
Like I would probably do that. I would leave it the way it is, except I would put the 10 in power with you get the +1 with Goth and put the 11 in charisma, unless you want it in reflex, but if you want to make her a little more charming,
Right.
Charisma is technically better for Goth, although so is reflex, so it's about the same.
And her reflex becomes a 9, shitty, but still.
Yeah, whatever. That's just sometimes how it goes.
Yeah. Artistic flair. Artistic flair, which is CR. Get ignored. And sarcastic remark. I think Jane is would be there for sarcastic remarks. Not going to worry about the stats or anything on those. And then boons. So I mean, I would almost consider Wake Up Sheeple for armor, 1 mental armor and +1 to all saves, and then take Brain Dead, which I think is also 1 mental armor and +1 to all saves.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
And then she ends up being +2 to all saves, which is sort of a weird, which isn't bad.
The mental armor is actually 3 armor +1.
Oh, there you go. Save. Yeah, there you go.
So like she actually is not bad against mentalists, weirdly.
Right.
In some weird way, but just because she has some armor, she got the save bonus, does give her an interesting niche.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go Goth. Done. Power reflex. We added those. And now we're looking at super stat. Which, I mean, probably she's muscle as well, right? Is my guess, because it's just good enough for her undeadness. And her armor stacks. Brain Dead stacks. Make sure we note that. Wake Up Sheeple. That's class. So we're super statting muscle, right? Scott's dead. We killed him. I think he literally fell asleep. But maybe he's muted somehow.
Nope, sorry. I'm having crackers and cheese.
Oh yeah. Thank you for not crunching in the ears. Yeah. Yes.
No, I mean, it's unfortunately, she and Beetle aren't that dissimilar in a lot of ways, but
right. Yeah. Yeah,
what they are.
She's a brute as well, sort of in a weird way. So
they are the beef of the party. So
So she's a 19. She spent 30 of her points on super statting muscle.
Yep.
So now we're looking at Scott sound eating asthma. No. We have a buddy who would go on TeamSpeak when we were playing like City Heroes, and he would eat crackers and shit, and you just hear and be like, "Oh my god, stop it! you are killing me." Yeah, so not great. Okay, it was awful. So all right, we need some stuff for her. So we need some powers for her. So let's look at zombie. She has a void killing blow. Once per fight, when an attack would normally defeat you, you spend 1 energy to avoid it and take no damage. That's great. I don't know that if she needs it right now, but that's great. Bleeder plays into her some of her powers. We're pushed to talk because of that. See, that works. I don't think Brain Dead's bad. I don't know if she takes it immediately, but I don't think Brain Dead's bad. Can't Feel Pain is obviously good. Right, so because she needs an armor. So it's 3, 3, and 0, 0 burn. So I'm sort of looking just for things she's going to absolutely take, kind of, if that makes any sense, first. And everything else sort of trying to figure out what she might take. Sonic, I think, has no movement in it. I think resonance is good in Sonic too, but not, I don't think it's for now. Because it's just effects intangible. which against that one guy who's just pissing you off, somehow is great. So I think Sonic Shield, and that's a toggle. It's an armor, but it's a toggle.
Makes her tankier.
Yeah, it's not great, and her armor's not going to be obviously as good as Beetle's in any way, shape, or form, and she canonically wasn't as tough, right, as Beetle. She was a little bit more so that is another, I think, 20 and 20. 20 points and 20 points, I think, for those two powers, I believe. Can't Feel Pain is 20 and 20. So that's 40 more points. So she spent 70 of her 160. Thug tries to rob her, and she tells him about his dare day. That's funny. That's good. That's a good one.
I mean, I would take Rend
and bite, right?
You need attack.
Rend and bite. So she needs an attack, and that's her attack. Melee, attack, and it is damage. So damage, 2d8 plus. Let's look at the character creation doc here. She currently has a 19, which is a d12. Done. She'll probably end up with a 21, though, if she takes Strength of the Grave. Which gives her d12 plus 1. So, Strength of the Grave. That's a trait. And it's muscle 2, toughness 2, right?
Yes. No burn.
Which is going to up that to 21 and 16. So she's a hardy gal. That's not having cable. That's funny. 1d12 plus 1.
That also will push her block up, which is synergized.
Oh, and we got to figure that out too. But that's okay. We'll do that in a bit. And bleeder 3 on that, huh?
Yeah. So you really want reverberation, even though it's more burn. Because now that she's going to have a really good block, you want to get the heal.
You want to block all the time and heal all the time, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
December 19th is still on TV. We are doing, please be
here.
Here.
Hell yeah.
We are doing a bourbon stream. I'm going to buy at least 2 bourbons. Scott has 2 bourbons I think he's going to bring.
Yes, I'll bring 2.
So we'll have at least 4 bourbons to try. I might have a 5th, like a standard bourbon, like a Knob Creek or something we can just have. If all those bourbons end up being flakes.
They're going to be great.
They're going to be wonderful. There's a lot of high proof bourbons so far, so I'm a little worried.
I'm a
little concerned.
The one I have is only 100 proof, and I haven't bought the second one yet. So
good.
I do have it. I have an easy drinker.
I'm in the goddamn 120s the whole time.
Well, I mean, I don't hate it, but we should start with the 100 because that's why you can taste it.
Funny.
Because I think it's going to be good, but I haven't bought the second one yet.
2,
but I will.
4, 6. That's 80 points. 110 points, I believe she's spent right now.
What do you got? You got okay.
Can't feel pain, sonic shield, rend and bite, strength of the grave. We're going with reverberation.
Yeah, I think you have
I
to
feel
because you
bad.
want
I'm
the
jumping
heal.
around a lot, and no one can see these powers. I like the power sets. I actually
Yeah,
enjoy. So we're gonna take reverberation.
I think it's
QRS.
good because again, now you're just that gives her sustain.
That's a toggle, right? Toggle. Yeah,
It's
toggle
a
buff.
buff toggle one burn. And it's when you get a block, you get a D4 heal, which doesn't suck. You know, like you should have a really high block. Now
Yeah.
she really obviously wants to fight a melee character,
Who's
right?
just punching her? Yeah. Yeah.
Right, because a blaster is going to eat her.
Eat her
You,
alive.
you do
Absolutely.
sort of have the problem of, unfortunately, both these characters are susceptible to blasters.
That's okay because they're
They're
they're rough
tanky,
characters, right? Yeah, they're super big
right?
characters right now. Yes, absolutely.
But they are way better at fighting other melee characters like they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring her to 130 reverberation.
Okay. I mean,
Oh, I want her to have super hearing. I think that.
okay. Well,
I mean, yeah, I know that's
nope.
not. I know.
No,
You feel that is
it's
unoptimal.
no, canonically she has to have it. I'm just, yeah. Then I think the last one is improved charge because you're gonna need it
Yeah.
because you don't have a move.
Oh, she does need a root move, unfortunately. So we'll have to drop something. I'm gonna drop. I think we're gonna drop strength right now and pick that up as soon as we can. And she'll or we just drop reverb. But I think let's drop strength for now, which does make her a little bit crappier. We do need zombie run. She can't not have a move at all. I do want super hearing because she is, like I said, canonically that. Here, super and subsonic. 10 times. And sound becomes a targeting sense. Which just means that if she's blind, she can, hey, see ya, TV. Thanks, ma'am. So if she's blinded, she can still use hearing to target, or if someone's invisible. Like she is now sort of immune to invisibility to a degree, since hearing can be a targeting sense. But let's see, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's 150 points. And she needs zombie run, but she loses the 2 points and 2 points, which does suck a little bit. Like, I ultimately want her to have strong jaw. Like, I do want all that tanky stuff in there, too. But, so run 10, overland 3. Doesn't super matter, it's 1 burn. Hearing is 0 burn. And then improve charge, right? We sort of, so that's a good. So she literally just can move 10 and attack somebody.
I would take it since she's not that fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it gets her into fights quicker with no penalty.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's a good.
I have a zombie character who build, who zombie and rat.
Yeah.
Who actually doesn't have the move power, but I took Jock for the +2 move.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Then I took the charge, going, well, my move's 8.
You can at least get in there. Yeah.
Right, my move's 8 for free with no burn, and until you can afford the charge, right? Or until you can afford the zombie run. It's not terrible, but
So
a rat zombie.
okay, so I think that's 160. I think she's spent.
Yeah. Oh, here I gotta read.
She does lose
YouTube
the
keeps
+1.
weirdly YouTube keeps freezing on me on your stream.
Oh, geez. I mean,
I keep having to refresh it because like I'll look and I'm like you're paused, quote unquote, not your audio.
I mean,
and then the sheet is half filled out. I'm like, what? Oh, you should fix your your style or do your style stuff too.
yeah. So style is undead.
Yeah.
So that's MS3.
Yeah, she's got a lot of things she can build for. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with that. I think if you get more points, which is nice.
MS3, MT3, RS2 and 2, and PT0, which not great, but she will have at least, I mean, +1 to saves and so on. She's not quite there yet, right?
Yeah.
So her muscle is 4.5. Skill is 1.5. Just get rid of the pluses. We don't need them. -0.5. 2.0. 1.0. 0. 0.5. So let's look up what is muscle skill. Muscle skill is +6. +3. That's 9. 17. So she's not a shitty combatant. Muscle toughness is the same, I believe. Because she loses that. She only gains a half point. That's not enough. Reflex skill is 11. 11. PT 0 is 10. Her zap is 10. Her armor is potentially 7, 3, 0. I don't hate that. I mean, again, it's not it's not incredible. She's not super optimized. I'm not my desire to optimize the characters is not as high as yours either. Like, I want them to be obviously reasonable, but I do I like the interesting, like, zombie Sonic. You're like, well, that's sort of interesting, and we can do stuff with it, but she doesn't start as good as Scott. Like, that's just not.
She's harder to do at 160, but I think she has more things to go with. Like, she has more versatility eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, the Beetle's sort of done. I mean, not a critique.
Yeah, like right. Yeah.
But he's not doing much other than what he does. Whereas she could definitely add quite a bit to the character if you get XP.
Yeah, like Dirty Claws and Festering all of a sudden is another 40 points, but now all of a sudden.
Well, she can add the bleeder trait
and bleeder again.
And have a much higher chance of bleed.
And
like
then
if she wanted to.
I think I upped consume to you gain a heal for every bleeding enemy within a half move.
Oh, it's even better. Yeah.
Instead of adjacent. So theoretically, if
she could go for the throat. Now I wouldn't unless someone in the party
can daze. Yeah, or stun.
Stun or prone people.
Right.
Like, but if somebody had that option, that's a great adder.
Oh yeah.
But it's very
situational. Yeah, someone's on the ground in front of you. You just rip them apart.
If you can somehow weirdly build the party around that, that's an amazing power to have. But if you don't, you don't take it. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Just depends what the party does. And I don't know what the other two guys do, but we'll find out.
All right, yeah, we're gonna find out. Let's so save zombie.
But she's good. She's good.
She's all right. I don't hate her. I don't hate it.
No.
I'm going to.
I like the super hearing because it's interesting.
Yeah, just a different vibe, right? As opposed to just Yeah,
I have a zombie rat summoner. But it's first of all, it takes so many points to get anywhere where you want it to be that it's also sort of rough at 160.
Oh God. Okay, that's not okay. Is that really what it's going to do? I said I hate Word a little bit.
Yeah, Word's terrible. I agree.
Hate Word. Word is not necessarily. It is not like
Microsoft is not helping anybody.
no. Well, and the whole
Just to be clear,
trying to jam AI into everything and
my
just all starting to suck.
that's my side rant in your Supers game.
Yeah,
Microsoft
no, I agree.
helping.
I agree. I do agree. Actually, I'm not. I'm with you on that. We need Jane's hit points and everything though too, right? So
Sure. They're solid.
Let's take a look at what Jane's hit points are. So her hit points are 14. Plus 10 for her toughness is 24. Plus 5 power is... Or wait, no, because I put the 10 in there. It was actually an 11, right? Yeah, because we upped it by 1.
She should have an 11 power.
Yeah, so she has 11 power. So that's 6 more points. So that's 30. Plus 8 is 38.
Yeah, she's solid. That's solid.
Doesn't
For starter, that's
doesn't
fine.
suck.
Yeah.
Her initiative is 0. Wit reflex 0. She has 6 energy, 1 inspiration, like normal, and her base defense is technically 5.5, but we're just gonna round with 6. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, she's solid.
Yeah, it's a good, Oh, and she has one mental armor, and plus 1 to all saves.
Does she? What's that from?
Wake Up Sheeple. That's
her boon. Her boon. Yeah. Plus 1 all saves is nice.
We have run all the viewers off, by the way. So that's good. Good on us. We've done good.
I got 5 people watching. I'm here.
We've done good. No, I don't care. I knew this is not.
This is for you and me.
This is for
You knew nobody else. I will watch all of these because I love your solo campaigns. But it's for you and me.
It's you and Christian. Christian seems to like this.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So why don't we do? Why don't we do?
Chatting with us.
No, I don't think he's here. Actually, I don't think he's here. I don't know where he's located. And Nutmeg, of course, who is ride or die, as far as I can tell.
And that's right. And we love Nutmeg.
Who's ride or die? Ride or die.
Ride or die. We love you, Nutmeg.
Ride or die. Let's do Storm Cell, which is theoretically was your wife's character in the when we played this. Portia.
Well, I think you.
Portia.
I mean, she's changed, but yeah.
Davenport.
Sure.
And I called her Storm Cell. I don't know what her actual name was.
I mean, she was Portia. What do you want?
Right. I mean, if she has a super name, right? Yeah. But this is our one blaster, which is why I wanted to swap out. I'm like, okay, let's go get away from melee today.
Sure.
A little bit. And let's get our one blaster. So we have 7 primary stats, of course. And she was electricity wind?
Initially, yes, and then she changed, but yeah.
Right.
That was the first version.
Right. And I'm okay with that. But we should look at other things. I think wind is for sure. Like, we got to do wind. Wind is canonically true.
It's just, what do you want to do with it?
If you have another power set, which would be interesting, this is one where it's like, well, now's the time to let's, figure it out, right? Because I don't hate electric. Just from a theme, but it's a little redundant.
It's not bad. The problem is it doesn't actually get you, which is the sort of why we swapped out. It doesn't get you that much, unfortunately. Hold on. Let me switch my
It's
view here to
lightning. Yeah, it's lightning. So lightning
lightning. Yeah.
gets her. Lightning could get
This.
her a teleport, of course. Um, I do have to up because I've upped out all teleport burn.
Why did I hate Windows? Why do you? Okay. Hmm. Power. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do wind and lightning now because I don't think lightning gets you that much that wind doesn't do anyways. Um, it
I
depends.
mean, the
What do you
ones that
want to
I
do?
like from lightning specifically are EMP because you essentially, kill robots to some degree.
Sure.
Um, the armor's not terrible if you go up against an electric person, or an enemy blast. Chain lightning is a good minion killer,
Yeah.
and it does have a teleport in it, become bolt, which can be useful, of course. You're
Yeah.
right in the sense that wind is a little redundant in the sense that it's another blast set,
Right.
and so I do think that's
Would probably try and pair something else with it. Now
yeah.
in version 2, she went with super tough because she was running a lot of power anyways for the
Yeah, we're
wind
not going to
blast.
do that because I'm not going to do a
No, that's
super
fine.
tough. Yeah.
So
Just here
let's
to
see.
say, it's Tuesday, didn't know it was
What
live, but say no to the garage bar? I think not. Be so funny.
so what could she do?
Tell you what, while you stare at those for 1 second,
Yeah. I'll stare.
so there's a gigantic set of power sets to look at.
There's a lot.
I'm going to go grab a drink.
Yeah, you do
Um,
that. I'll think. I'll
Ice,
think of those.
maybe. You get an armor at least. I
Wind and
never
ice.
ice.
Ice isn't bad.
I don't hate archery for blasters because you can theme it, but archery is really I want to put status effects on people sort of idea. Um,
Sure. Shoot. PR. Yes.
so I'll
Armors.
be back. I'll be back.
Yeah. I'll look at stuff. Okay, I have it.
Ooh, I like Gunslinger. We'll talk about that. So there's not a gunslinger set, but the archery set actually does a good. So could be an analog for that. We could make a gunslinger set at some point.
I really like archery if you're going to go blaster
You do? You
with
do?
wind. Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So first of all, you still have to have power because that's partly where your damage comes from. But you could either go Tempest for attack skill, which is not bad because it's PS shoot, RS dodge.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. The other weird option is you go Archer, which is RS block, RS shoot, RS dodge,
Yeah, those
with the goal of basically doing reflex skill and power as your top three.
and just go straight out reflex skill power. Yeah.
Reflex skill power. And you would probably super stat. I'm guessing reflex. Frankly, because it's block, shoot, and dodge, and generally useful, and it makes sense for a win character. I sort of like that.
Sure.
And then you have to have enough power to just at least do a D8 damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you do wind blast. Of course, I actually would do wind blast in this case, which
let me grab wind
which
up here.
is two D8 plus power. So as long as you have whatever it takes to get a D8, you could do a 3D attack.
Or you go for a D6 simply to get the knock.
Well, either way, right?
Yeah,
you could sort of nerf power down for knock, which is actually almost better if you think about it. The reason being is because the wind blast does knock 2 and extra knock, and then you go Omni Arrow. Because your Omni Arrow, you pick armor piercing, which is pierce 2 and knock 1.
Ooh, wait, Omni. I love Omni Arrow, by the way. It's a great power.
It's fantastic. So, like, you're only ever doing Omni Arrow in a weird way, probably. But the goal is to have a, probably 2d8, d6, or 3d8, depending on what you want to do, damage. But pierce 2 and knock 3 with an extra knock 2, and then you take Piercer, which is a trait for Pierce 1. So you have an attack which is arguably moderate damage, but it's Pierce 3, knock 3, knock, bonus knock 2. And you just
blow people around the battlefield.
Light people up,
Yeah, that's sort of funny.
And frankly, you don't need to take much else out of archery other than potentially the combat skill. Especially if you're sort of not going with a super power build, I'd probably do Archer and do super reflex, very high skill. And at that point, you don't need much power because you almost want the D5 or the D6 damage.
Almost, because lower damage does more knock.
You're trading off 1 point of damage. Oh, and of course you're going to take fly out of wind. You obviously take wind for them because it's their best power.
Right.
You take point blank shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I think they both actually get.
Yeah, it's accuracy 1. I made a damage 3 across the board. Like they're 2 different, but it should be damage 3.
Right. So point blank shot for sure, but you also take which you probably have the points for because your armor is. I would actually just take the archery armor because it's free.
Yeah, true. No burn.
You could. I wouldn't even take the Wind Guardian
because you are adding 1 burn to all the archery powers just because you want them inherent. I assume.
Yeah, or you've got to do the whole thing where you're tracking quiver.
Yeah.
So you pick, right? But I would take the archery armor. I mean, you're a blaster. You're not supposed to be tanking. But I would take kinetic siphon because you're doing so much knock. You can convert that into either burn reduction or heal.
Oh yeah, when you knock someone, you choose either burn or heal, equal to the number of dice that were knocked.
And if nothing else, you get to demonstrate how knock works in the game. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah,
like this is the character that knocks people around because you're very mobile. You fly around, right?
yeah.
You knock people around, and then you have, of course, wind form when you want to do cool stuff, right?
Yes, I want to be intangible and invisible, and
Right.
yes, done.
And otherwise, that's it. Like, you know what I mean? You blast stuff, you knock it around, you have a decent chance of Pierce, and then yeah, I think that's it. That's what I would do.
Archery. Okay.
I would go archery, wind. I think that's a really good combo there
Archery, wind, and we're gonna go
because it's
archer.
very blaster. Yeah,
And the style is archer, you say?
I would do archery, and I would go super reflex probably.
Yeah, yeah. So archer. So archer is the
I mean,
style.
it doesn't help your damage, but
No, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
you know, I
So
don't know.
MS3, RS2, RS3.
It'll give you
RW2.
theoretically both a good shoot, dodge, and block. So
Oh no, archer.
you
I
know,
think skirmisher. I'm sorry, MS1.
I would do archer.
Block is RS2, RS4 is shoot. That's good. And then dodge is RS3.
Because your shoot's high, your dodge is good, and your block shouldn't suck, which gives you just another defense if you have to. You know. Unfortunately, your reflex doesn't do anything else for you, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's not doing it. Saves on certain things.
It saves on certain things. Gives you good initiative.
All right.
Actually, there's a. Go ahead.
Yeah. So let's so stats. So reflex is highest, 15 or.
Yeah, I would do reflex. Reflex and skill should be your top two.
15, 14.
And then power should just be whatever you want to do for damage, and that's sort of a like.
Good question. I just don't know.
Are you
I mean,
trying to go for?
Let's make it 13 because I mean, oh geez, it's so tempting to go 12 and just take the D6 and then have knock 3 on a D6.
Well, at that point, you should do 11.
Oh, at that point, you should do 11 or 10. Can you do 10?
Well, no, because it's a hit point.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's not. Don't be sorry.
That's how I roll. That's how I roll.
She has a 13 charisma, right? Because she's Portia Davenport, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's a waste.
Charisma.
I know it's a waste, but it's
not a waste. She's Portia Davenport, 13 charisma.
muscle 8, right?
Yeah, 12 toughness.
12
at
toughness,
least some hit points.
10 wit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Done.
-1 on her muscle.
Fine. That's fine. She's not
2.0 on her 2.5 on reflex.
Mm-hmm.
1 toughness. 0.5
not
there.
gonna be tanky. She's not that girl.
1.5. She is not tanky. She's a blaster. She's a blaster through and
blaster.
through.
Classic blaster.
Her day job. Well, we know her day job. Canonically,
She's rich.
She's a rich kid. She does get +1 to any 2 stats as a rich kid. Your parents have money, lots of money.
I mean, just do reflex skill.
Reflex skill.
Those are her
16,
combat stats. Like
15.
Just try and push her up. Yeah, you're trying to get her combat skills up. That's all.
She has avoid consequences as possible proficiencies.
Yeah, I would take the one where she has money, like because that's what she canonically had.
And then financial.
Oh, I see, for the bone, yeah. I mean, she's got charisma. She's gonna be great.
Reflex wit. You can manage money. She knows how to manage money. Sure. We'll say no people, right? No socialites. Probably reflex wit. Yeah, right. Because she knows, right? She's in that scene. Allowance. You can buy pretty much anything you need. Mundane gear, friends in high places. Yeah, she has an allowance.
I would do allowance. She was allowance. Yeah. Like it's the worst background for proficiencies, but whatever. You're rich. You're rich. What do you want? You're rich.
So like stuff like why we say mundane gear. It's stuff like flashlights and shit. Like if she needs a walkie-talkie, we don't have to wonder where she got it, because she can just go, yeah, I just ordered it and it showed up.
Or she can order a Uber for the party to
to get places and stuff. Absolutely. But yeah,
like mundane cost.
It's the worst for shit like that, but it's good because you can pick your stats, which is great. So she can just up her best stats. Is she buying a super stat? I assume she's buying reflex.
Yeah, just crank it. Like you're trying to get combat skill, which sucks because it actually helps with financial and no social.
So
it actually is not bad for her. She's arguably a good stat for her. It just doesn't help her damage, but she's not about doing weirdly as much damage. She's about knocking people around.
You know who my dad is? That literally is her boot. Well, that's avoid consequences.
And once we get into the campaign, you'll find out who her dad is.
Yeah. So once we get in there, it's Ari Davenport. Yeah, with a renowned industrialist, weapons, defense industry guy. Yeah, done.
It's sort of like
it works. Nope, it just enough. That's good. We're good.
No, I'm gonna say the Marvel guy.
Tony Stark.
It's a bit like if you're dad with Tony Stark ish.
So we've already spent 30 of our points with a super stat. She's taking the inherent armor, right? So she has her costume or whatever.
I would take the archery armor and go, good enough. Hope you don't get hit. I'm going to take the archery armor because it's inherent 0 burn. Like the Wind Guardian's not bad, but that feels like it down the road.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's see. So she spent another 20 points. So that's 50 points total spent. Okay. Let's get her weapon, her actual attack.
So she needs Wind Blast.
So Wind Blast is her attack.
Yeah.
So Wind Blast. We're going to put that down a couple. Wind Blast. And that's an attack, ranged attack. One target, but we don't need to say do that. So it's damage. 2d8 plus power, which is a d6, right? 1d6.
Yes. Sort of crap.
It's not great. Physical.
But that was the goal. But we had a goal.
Smash. Physical smash. Pretty much.
Yes.
But so range band 5. So that means 0 to 5 is point blank, -1, -1, -1, because it's not -2 in this game. It's -1 every every range band. And knock 2, which means
extra knock 2. Yeah.
An extra knock. So here's the deal. When she rolls damage, 2d8 plus a d6, any die that rolls the highest 2 numbers, so 7 or 8s on the d8s, or 5 and 6 on the d6, which is why you lower the damage, weirdly, does knock. And knock is 1d4 hexes you knock your target back. And if they hit something, they take a d4 damage for every hex that they went, right? Extra knock means if she knocks someone, she gets to roll 2 more d8 knock dice to see if she knocks them even further. So she can be
very knocking
people all over the place. And the d6 is sort of a cheesy little nod to the fact that your chance to knock goes up as your die goes down.
Yeah,
that's an extra.
That power
20.
knocked on 4, 5, and 6.
Well, it's only it's right now her knock is 2. Yeah, it's 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Right, 5 and 6. Sorry, but it will be because you're going to take Omni Arrow for 30 points.
Okay, so let's go back to archery. So if we look at archery now, there is an adder. Now, what's an adder? So an adder, Omni Arrow. So it's a ranged adder, right?
Yes.
An adder you can attach to another power and say, I'm going to fire Wind Blast with Omni Arrow attached. It's not attached, but you know what I mean. And so now, and she can choose 2 of these, which we'll write down. Okay. She can swap them out if she wants to, but I don't think she tends to want to, but that's fine.
No.
Choose up to 2 effects.
You're mostly going armor piercing.
Into battle. to go into battle. I just want that to be one line. And it's going to be armor pierce. Pierce 2.
One.
Knock 1. Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
That's what she's going to do most of the time.
Yeah.
So she could do something like, well, we might as well write all of them for Christ's sake. Gotta go, Rob. All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I wouldn't put them all in there, but it's a lot. I mean, you could.
I mean,
It's up to you.
what 2 is she going to take? She should take shock, weirdly enough, to daze people for Jane to eat later on.
Oh, shocks. Yeah, or chill's never bad, but yeah, it depends on the rest of the party.
Let's just do ice for now, and we'll just do chill.
Sure.
And that's a toughness save.
Yeah.
It adds 1 burn to the power, and Wind Blast is what?
6.
6?
Wind Blast is 6.
Yeah, so she is burning energy.
She's a little burny. Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's pretty much the burn, except for fly.
Wind, she has wind. Where's the fly? Ride the winds, technically. Right?
Ride the winds for 20 points, which is a big fly.
OPQR, ride the winds.
And that buffs her dodge, which is not bad.
So that is fly 15. So 15 hexes around. Dodge 1 against physical ranged.
Yeah, not bad. It's a nice little bonus.
And then overland 4, which we don't really care about 9 times out of 10. If we needed to calculate her, her
that's more of like a chase.
If we needed to calculate her miles per hour, we could. So Omni Arrow is 30, 20, that's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 90 plus 30 is 120. She's spent 120 so far right now.
Okay.
So she needs to spend, she has 2 more powers effectively to pick.
How much does she have left?
2 more, 40 points. She has 40 points.
So I take wind form. You have to have wind form.
That's a big deal. Yeah, that's a good investigative power, right?
Yes.
Because it is her D solid.
Yes.
So she can go intangible and invisible. And she has to put aside up, and she burns 4 around, but she also has to put 1 aside, essentially.
It's expensive.
It is,
but it's the cheapest version of that. Like, it's only 20 points.
Yeah, it actually is not cheap. Like, that should cost 30. For everybody else, it would cost 30 somehow. So,
well, it would cost 30 to get one of the 2 of those.
Yeah,
you wouldn't get both.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really.
That's definitely a power no one else can pick. Like, I should mark these as you can't make a device of wind form. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I get that.
You knew that one. You're like, yeah, that's not going to be.
I put it on the list and I looked at it and said, Chris would. I immediately thought Chris would never let me.
Can't do it. There's no device that does that.
I'll just delete it from my list. So,
and then you think kinetic siphon.
Well, here's the thing. There are 3 things you can take.
Okay. This is what I love. I actually love this. Like he even leaned in. Did you notice he sort of built that up a tiny bit? So there are 3 things.
I know I'm not on camera. I leaned into the camera as well. Just so we know. There are 3 things you can take.
What can I take?
Kinetic siphon is good. Kinetic siphon is good because potentially you can lower your burn or give a heal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it. Not yet.
Oh, that hurts me. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
No.
I love that power. I love that power.
I would take that later. The other I would take the 2 10-point traits. I would take Piercer, Pierce 1, 10 points. Because you're stacking Pierce.
And that's in archery again, right? Archery.
That's in archery. And then I would take point blank shot, which is actually in both, for 10 points. And the goal
I don't hate that either. That's not terrible.
Because you're basically deciding, yeah, I'd love to have burn reduction or heal, but let's get the damage up. Especially because her base damage isn't great, right? So I think point blank shot and piercer are good ways to sort of amp her damage. And it's free, right? It's just she just has to be in within 5 hexes of the enemy. It's not hard to do. She flies.
Yeah, so now technically she does 2d8 plus a d6 plus 3. normally
with a +1 accuracy.
with +1 accuracy.
Right.
And she might knock them all over the place if she rolls decent.
And her Pierce is
Pierce 3.
And her knock is 3, and her extra knock is 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little loony.
Yeah, that's a fun version of
yeah. But I might talk to Carrot. Doing a sweet tweak.
Funny.
It's a good version. It's a good U. That's a good U right there. She's good. But anyways, I like that. I like that a lot.
Mundane equipment.
Like, she's a really good blaster with a fun extra power, basically.
Yeah. You know. So her strike is MS. So +1.5, +2.5, so 10. She's not punching anything.
Nope, that's fine. It's not what she's here
for. She
for.
hires someone to punch. Reflex skill is +5, +7. She's a 15 block.
She has the other 2 characters to punch.
Yeah. Shoot is reflex skill, so that's +5. +9.
Her 17. Reflex is plus. You're wrong. Her reflex is +5.
Oh, it is +5. Jesus, where? Oh, I didn't. You know what I didn't do? I didn't up it when we supered it.
Yeah.
So like, +7, 8, 9, 17. 17 block, and shoot is 19.
Yeah. Like, those numbers are way
18. And then power wit is 8. That's fine. She's we have this is one mentalist kills this party. That'll be like the supervillain at the end is one mentalist.
But she's really actually quite defensive. Because all of both her dodge
and her dodge technically is 19, right?
Could be a 19. Could be a 19.
Because if she's in the air, if she's flying.
Well, and it's physical.
Physical range. Yeah, it can't be energy blast. It has to be gunfire.
Like I did a little +1 there, yeah. But her block's great. Like, that's a good block.
Yeah. I mean, she's actually not, because remember in this iteration where the rules were, if you dodge a strike, it's -2 because
effectively makes it a 17, but
still good. I mean, we're not
but she could take 2 punches at 17, which doesn't suck, right?
Yeah,
you know?
she is.
Or she could take a blast and a punch at 19 and 17. That don't suck.
Yeah, that's not bad stuff. She's
for someone with not a ton of armor, she's pretty defensive.
Her armor is 330.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't cost her anything. You know, her burn's up there a little bit, but whatever.
She's a Bernie gal.
You know, but a kinetic siphon would be the thing I would get next. I would just ump the damage first, and then as soon as you get 20 points, you buy kinetic siphon, because then you try to buy the burn down when you knock people, right?
So hit points for our gal 12. Well, 20. I'll add the 8 right now. 20 plus 4, 24 plus 6 is 30.
Okay, not great.
Reflex whip bonus is +5. So her initiative is +5. Energy is 6. Inspiration is 1. That's just standard.
Yeah.
Base defense is 12.
Yes,
no, 11. Good. I'm sorry, because it's reflex. It's just reflex bonus. So she can't go lower than an 11. So even if she dodges, she goes 19, 16, 13, 11. So it's not the worst.
Yeah. You know, I feel with supers, generally, once you get the base defense, you're getting hit, though.
Oh, yeah, because everybody has a 19 or something.
Because your combat skills are so much higher than your base defense, even if you're a good one.
Yeah.
You know?
Base defense is for... Yeah, like thugs and shit, like
there are some games where your base defense could be close enough to your good defense that it might matter. Not generally in supers.
I do like her. I think that's a fun iteration of her.
I think that's good. I think that's great. Like
archery's really good. Like archery's a weirdly underused. No one does archery, but if I made a character to play in a game, I would do an archery something because
I do have a.
Because
I have an ice archery combo draft, which is phenomenal, but it's super limited. Like it's literally a blaster. Like
Sure.
it doesn't no wind form, no flying.
Sure.
Just
Yeah, I get you.
it's a one-trick pony. It has better armor because you have ice armor, right?
Right.
And you have archery armor, so you're tankier ish. But you don't do the downside is you don't do anything else, like nothing, you know.
Right.
But man,
Right.
do you blast things? That's a
Yeah,
good
and
one.
she, and
Yeah,
she doesn't want to be hit. If she's hit, that's gonna hurt. Like that could be
yeah.
a
No,
big deal. Like
he needs to sort of stay behind the meat shields and blast
right.
from exactly 5 hexes away at all the time.
Right.
She wants to
Right.
be 5 hexes away at all
In
times,
the air.
and yeah, preferably in the air. Like she wants to be up 3, and wherever that hypotenuse is,
Yep, and just firing away. Bam,
and
bam.
just
Just all
firing away,
day.
and
All day.
hopefully knocking people into walls.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty much away from her into walls.
Prone in front of Jane.
Yeah, prone. Well,
When she gets, she doesn't have the thing yet, but when she gets go for the throat.
Yeah, but prone's still a bonus, even if you don't have the
right,
thing.
Right, absolutely. So let's save Portia here.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. That's a really good blaster. And wind form is arguably the best fire in the entire game.
Oh,
for 20 points.
Sure.
The best 20-point power in the entire game.
No. I don't disagree with you. Like,
I'm just gonna delete it. I'm just gonna delete it from my gadget list. Hold on.
Yeah, you can't gadget.
No, that's fine. I was like, I looked at it. I'm like, Chris never allowed that, right?
I used to.
Right?
So I used to mark powers you could never take elsewhere.
Yeah. Signature.
I didn't do that because I'm just gonna veto the ones that I.
Yeah, no, you just call it, right?
Yeah. But yeah, there used to be signature powers. Like you can never device this or make a spell out of this.
Because I might even not even take it because I knew you wouldn't. Hold on, I might even not even took it. I'm like, Chris will never let me. Because I don't think I didn't even write it down. I'll be like, Chris will never let me.
Because certain power sets have the ability to go. I have a device, and a device is any power that I can get from any other set.
Yeah, I didn't even write it down. I knew you wouldn't.
So now we have Stick Kid, and I don't know what his superhero name would be. I don't even know if he had one.
Oh, he had a costume. Didn't he have a costume? Oh, no, that was John.
So this is Casey Hampton.
Casey. I don't think he had a hero name.
I'm just going to put Stick Kid in quotes, because obviously his hero name is not Stick Kid.
How dare you?
His
His hero name is Stick Kid.
I don't think it is.
He'll always be Stick Kid to me.
He'll always be Stick Kid to you.
That's funny. Anyone still here? No.
No, it's here. It's fine. That's fine. It's just you and me and Nutmeg, probably.
That's fine. Love you, Nutmeg.
Nutmeg's sleeping. He's got something. He's got shit to do. Like he's like, nah, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
The mighty twig. The mighty twig. So he is going to be staff and time. That is absolutely canonical. We need him to be staff time.
You might have to do this from memory because I don't know what Stick Kid did.
I don't know what he did either. Like I know enough. It was staff and time.
I mean, you could just probably yell and get the character right now. Hey.
Well, he's not here. He's at school, dude. He's at school.
God damn it.
My kids still have to go to school, unfortunately. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I mean, we can make a staff time character. I'm sure you can.
We can do it. I know he has block, strike, and dodge.
I mean, he's another meleeer, so we're there.
All right, hold on. I'm looking.
I mean, he could be another reflex kid, essentially, really.
Yeah, he needs muscle for damage. Just FYI. He could be a reflex kid, although what's he doing here? MS, he might want to do skill and muscle and reflex. What are we looking at here?
I think he ended up super skill, but I'm not 1,000% sure.
I'm guessing he is, if I had to guess, he is, if I was guessing, he would be martial artist out of staff, and he's doing super skill plus muscle and reflex.
Yeah, martial arts.
because that gives him RS, and RS. And his shoots in the dumpster, but who cares? And his zaps in the dumpster, but oh
Right.
well.
Excuse me.
One mentalist and this party's done.
One mentalist, this party goes right to hell. That's fine. That's sort of how that's how a lot of parties go.
Jane maybe gets a save. That's about it.
Is he like a Ralph Wiggum type? I mean, no, he was, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. He was stick as in martial artist. Staff. He's staff.
I would do martial artist. I think, and you probably want to go super skill, and then you do want a good muscle.
Yeah, we need to get him as much damage as possible.
But you could get away with like the D8.
Yeah.
Because you also need a good reflex, because that's his dodge and block.
Yeah. And he has a prone too. So yeah, I do think that.
Can he do a prone, or does
he has a prone 3 on his staff, just by default.
Oh, there you go. So at some point, there's a combo down the road.
Yeah, at some point, Jane gets, and he has thrust, which is daze, as an adder.
Yeah.
So thrust is add a d6, daze, and then pierce 2, along with prone 3, and so on. Or he can do an adder and do a trip, a different adder, and prone 6.
Probably do thrust for the extra damage.
Oh, I would too, right off the bat. But I mean, if he's
not that the prone's bad,
if he's comboing off of Jane at some point, he's doing prone 6 and just knocking people around.
Or he's doing the daze, because that procs that too.
True, absolutely, yeah.
And it's more damage. I would probably stick with thrust. I would go with thrust. I'd go staff strike, because that gives him the most offense. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody. What is that?
I mean, he might want offensive stance. That's not bad.
So how about this? I know for sure that he has obviously staff strike, right? So staff strike and staff block, done.
What's that block?
Staff block is block 2, bonus block 1, and blocks missiles.
Oh yeah, probably.
It's a toggle. It does cost burn, but now all of a sudden, if he's going to be super skill, he's going to have an amazing block anyway.
Yeah, I would do that.
And then it's going to get even better with a bonus.
Yeah.
So he's a dodge tank. He's a block tank, effectively.
He's a block tank.
And he can block missiles, so he doesn't need dodge. He didn't care about dodge at all.
True.
He cares about it in the sense that obviously it's another defense to use, but if there's
I would still go martial arts, I think, though.
Yeah, that's
you don't get better picking anything else at that point. Like the free dodge is fine.
Yeah.
It's just, he doesn't need it as much, but the problem is none of the other combos are better than martial arts, I feel.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. So he's definitely doing staff block, and he's doing staff strike.
Yes,
for sure.
And I would take thrust, because it's hard to give that up.
Because it's a good easy adder done, right? Yeah. So it's so block is a toggle.
Yeah, it's a lot of burn though.
Block 2 bonus. So that means he can block 1 extra time without taking the -3 penalty. Your defenses degrade in the game. But he can do 1 more attack before his defenses degrade. Staff strike is a melee attack. And
the next question is, well, go ahead.
Let's get his stats. Let's get his stats down in any case.
So super skill.
The super skill.
For sure.
Let's see, what gets him. Let's take a look at the damage. If he could get
just...
if he could get a 16, he'd get a D10. If he could get a 16 muscle, so would I put a 15 in muscle and hope to get a +1 off of something?
You that, or you sort of nerf it down to 12 for +1 for a D8.
Yeah. Let's look at day jobs. I know he was a science nerd before, which we might just keep him as science nerd and just suck it up. Yeah, just to, because...
See, I would probably lower the muscle to try and get more reflex for the combat skills. What's the, let's see, what is science nerd? Reflex wit. Oh, that's weird. It's terrible.
I love that. I love it.
Why are you doing reflex wit?
He had, keep in mind, he had pharmacist is what he took.
Yeah, but he wants skill.
+2 to any stat, though. You can spend time in a lab to create 3 doses of buffs, which is +2 to a stat. So for a combat, he could just up his whatever by 2. Yeah. We're doing it, right? Come on. Yeah, science nerd.
Gamer makes way more sense.
Well, that is true. The other guy was, yes, that is true.
Yeah, you don't have a gamer.
You don't have a gamer.
Just make him a gamer, give him skill and reflex. It's what he wants.
Gamer. Okay.
Make him a gamer.
All right, so what are our stats here? Are we doing...
So max skill.
So we're going to max skill. We're going to take, what, a 13 muscle for D8?
Yeah, see, I would do second max reflex and then a 13 muscle. So I would do 15, 14, 13. I do 15 reflex, or 15 skill.
Yeah, 14 reflex.
14 reflex.
13
muscle. That's like the perfect combo, and then whatever you want. Probably toughness, because hit points. Probably toughness for hit points. At 12.
I'm gonna do 11 toughness.
Okay.
12 wit. He was a smart kid normally.
That's fine. Yeah, 11 toughness, 12 wit.
10 power, 8 charisma.
Done.
Gamer, right? Perfect. And he's a gamer, which is reflex skill, correct?
Yeah, so +1/+1.
So 15, 16. So there's his
stats.
And
then you're gonna super skill.
And we're supering skill. So we put an asterisk there and up it by 4. So he has a 20 skill.
Yeah.
So 1.5 muscle, 5 skill, 2.5 reflex, 0.5 on toughness, 1.0, and -1.0. Done. Okay. That's not terrible. Not terrible. That's going to give him a D8 on his staff strike, at least.
Yeah, it's fine.
So he's got damage, 2d6. Thanks for doing this with me too, by the way. It's fun it's fun even though.
Oh no, making Super's character.
Yeah, you hate it. You hate it. You hate it. You hate this. He has
really all I want to do.
Reach 2, prone 3.
Yeah, sure.
Only 3 burn, which is sort of nice.
No, which is good because he's running a lot of things.
Yeah, he's gonna run some toggles there. But staff block is done. You want thrust, right? Thrust is good.
I think you want that as your adder. It's just too good to skip.
Melee adder. Thrust is damage 1d6. So, again, physical smack.
Good knock. You got a lot of knock going on that guy too.
That is true. That is true. Daze. Muscle toughness save.
Yes, and Pierce 2.
And Pierce 2, which doesn't suck. And it's
because that helps with the fact that you do less damage.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so those are 3 powers that he has. He's already spent 30. Staff block is 20. Strike is 20. Thrust is 20. So that's 60 more. He spent 90 of his points.
So canonically, he has to have the stop time teleport.
He does. He has a teleport. Absolutely.
Right.
So he has.
You can't not have that.
From time, right? He's got the tactical teleport. And
which you nerfed. Good on you.
I did. It's a bad. It's terrible now, but that's fine. No, it's actually still good.
No, it's still great because it's the best move in the game.
It is the best move in the game. Yeah. Teleport 12.
I have thoughts though, but go ahead.
Overland 1. And 3 burn though. But the thing
I
about
understand
teleport
that.
is it gets you out of a lot of shit.
It does.
If
It's the
you're being
ultimate escape
grappled, you're
pod.
entangled. Poof, you teleport out. You're done.
All right. So I have a suggestion for the next power.
Yes.
How many points are we at now?
You're at 110. You've spent 110.
Okay. So here, let me look. Let me look at. So what are things?
I know I theoretically he took haste. I know that. So he is fast too as well. Keep that in mind. Don't have to do that, but
yeah, I might push that back. It's so expensive.
I know.
So here's what I would take.
Okay.
I would take Swift.
Where's Swift? Oh, move 3.
Move 3, 10 points, no burn, trait. Because here's the thing.
He could then just run at 9 if he needed to.
Right. That's the key. Yes, your teleport is now. Does that add to teleport?
It does. His teleport's 15.
So yeah. If he's going to spend a 3 burn, it's really good. But if he's just in the battlefield, maybe I'd save the 3 burn and walk up to you, right? Because a 9 move is still really good, right? He could either half move for 5 or charge, right? So I think it's a really good deal because it means the teleport can be reserved for when I need to use it, and he can just sort of run around the battlefield if he has to.
So that's
right?
120. So you've spent 120 then if we take that.
Yeah, so you get 40 more. So I wouldn't take haste because it's 30. I would try to go for a little versatility and try and get like 2 more powers. Personally.
Right.
I don't know what those are, but I would consider taking either offensive or defensive stance depending on what you want to go with. If you want to be immobile, I would consider going totem stance, but
no, I don't think that works. I mean,
I don't think that's good for him.
I don't think that works for him as much.
I would.
So let's see. What do we got here? So what do we got?
I would consider going offensive or defensive, depending on what you think is more appropriate, and then any other power, largely, like something that does something. I don't know. Oh, I know what he had before. He had the 5 times
the fast action. He can do normal things 5 times faster than anybody else.
I would take that. It's the theme. Take fast action, and then take a stance. Would be my take. Or if you don't want to take a stance, take danger sense because it's sort of weird and interesting.
It's a trait, but it is a maintain.
Which one?
For fast action. Perform.
Yeah, I mean it's expensive to run, but you're gonna do it occasionally, right?
Yeah.
It's I need to do a thing real quick right now, and that was sort of the thing he did. So I would take fast action, and then I would either take a stance, or I would take danger sense, or something wacky if you have something wacky you want to do.
So fast action brings him to 140, and we have 1 more power. And you're saying danger sense gives him initiative. He's immune to being surprised ever. He's immune to being flanked ever, which doesn't suck. At the beginning of any battle, you can take after the GM has placed all visible foes. You may take a free full action, as long as you're not attacking anybody.
Which could be a tactical teleport to get in a position.
Right.
And a bonus to search. It doesn't suck. It's a good all-arounder. Or take either offensive stance or defensive stance, depending if you want sort of versatility or just a combat buff.
Yeah.
That would be my take on it from where we are here. Yeah, I would do that. I don't think there's anything else that like I would. I mean, he could take a shitty armor, but he's gonna block.
Yeah, we're hoping he just blocks, right? That's like the that's the goal here.
And if he wanted to, although it hurts his damage, he could take defensive stance and be really good at blocking. Like if you're willing to just go, I don't hit that hard.
Yeah, so what do we got here? Offensive stance would up his damage though. A little bit, which doesn't hurt.
Defensive stance up his defense, right? Yeah. So it's sort of the yeah, either stance or danger sense would be my take.
Let's do offensive stance.
Sure.
Give me 1 second, Michael. So Act 1, damage 2.
I mean, it's solid. Good pick.
Well, because and his, you know, his defense, you know, like, yeah, he just has to decide.
No, his defense is good anyways. It's not a bad
So let's see what MS3 looks like for him. MS3 is 6, 9, 17. So his strike is 17. Right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 17. His block is 18. Right? RS3?
10. Yes.
And that goes up to potentially 20, which then drops back to 19 if you know, running all the bits.
Right. Yes. Still really good.
So
it's somewhere in there. 18 plus-ish.
18, 19, or 20. We're not sure.
Right. That's the only downside about that character is it varies. Right?
Yeah, you could yes. His shoot, no one gives a shit about shoot, but it is 16 if he needs it.
Sure. Okay.
His dodge is 17, though, still.
Right.
And charisma, wit, 1 is 9. So again, 1 mentalist kills everybody. What do we got here? What about the hero to have the power ability of the video games like Mega Man Blaster and Link Master Sword? I don't hate that. I think that's a fun idea. I don't have anything like that. I have ancient weapons, which would be bows and shields, right? It's like being a Achilles kind of thing, right? You could probably theme that, Michael, like you want it, right? The Mega Man Blaster and the Master Sword. You could probably do that. The other one I would consider, and it's not quite the same. Cartoon physics. Ancient video games, funny. Pong paddle, that's funny. Pathfinder rope swing. I mean, cartoon physics is weirdly powerful. You do get a resist physical in there, which is sort of weird. I mean, ninja could be. You could theme ninja as cartoon, right? Master sword could be ninja sword. You have throwing stars. You get a lot of stances in a ninja. You have stealthy, so you can do Solid Snake, right? You could do Metal Gear. Put the box on you. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, we're at least done with the we're done with the characters. He has no armor. Jesus, poor kid has no armor. He's gonna be jacked up if he gets hit. Which is sort of where he was in the actual game when we played. This character was 11, 19. So he has 19 hit points plus 7 is 26. Plus 5 is 31. His initiative is reflex wit +3. Energy inspiration is 6 and 1, like usual. Oh, no, it's not Pathfinder. I can't remember to save my life now, though, because I'm old. Atari, jump over crocodile, alligators. Pitfall. I'm almost embarrassed that I didn't. Oh, and we do need a boon for him. We didn't pick his. So for gamer, he does get a boon. Still, his proficiency is feats of skill. Because, you know, gamers with their thumb buttons and all that. So how is that even? There we go. Feats of skill, which is reflex skill. He should be good at that. Logic and puzzles.
Most of it.
Reflex wit. Play games. Well, that's silly, but yes, play games, of course. Reflex skill. Pop culture. Spends too much time on Reddit. Done. Up too late. Even when fatigued, he can act normally. Energy drinks or tactics. The only problem with energy drinks is he becomes blurry for the rest of the battle. So he's -1 accuracy for the rest of the battle as soon as he uses that. Tactics 1 doesn't suck.
Both good.
Let's take tactics.
Sure.
Which just means that's a chip that can be used by the by the party without burning their energy. So yeah, so he's gonna burn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can burn up to 10 energy a round. Well, I mean, his burn can be 10 a round if he goes all out, which is a lot. Definitely a lot.
But most rounds he doesn't have to teleport.
Most rounds he is not teleporting. His run is 9.
Right.
That means his run is, let's just make sure we know that. His run is 9.
So then burn is 7 at most, which is a lot more doable.
Yeah. Yeah. And his tack teleport is 15 now. So that's good if he needs to, if he needs to do that. But it is canonically, because it is time, he stops time momentarily and has to walk there or run there.
Yeah.
So it can't be, he could not go from a building to a building. He could if he could go down. He actually can.
Out of a ladder.
If he goes down all the way and up all the way, he could do that.
Right.
But if it's
fire
like
escape or ladder,
if you're in like if it's 2 rocks in the ocean, for instance,
can't do it.
He could, or with a pit of blades beneath him, he couldn't do it. But he can do it if he can walk there because he stops time.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Time teleport. That was pretty good. I think that's fun. I like the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a little bit, not one trick, we're like 2 trick ponies a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just because, just because
you do have a thing where you literally have 3 melee characters.
I have 3 melee characters. I mean, that's just, but they were picked. Yeah. They were picked because of their stories, not their fighting beats, right? Not their.
And 2 of them are tankier, and 1 of them is dodgy or blocky, technically.
Yeah.
And then you got the flying blaster, so
But it's sort of a weird. I mean, it's a weird combo. It's a weird group.
It works. Like I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. It's not gonna suck. They're not gonna be bad at combat or
anything. I mean, they are overall good combatants.
Yeah. I mean, they're good fighters. Yes. Now no one is a slouch.
Yeah, no one made the support character who's not really a good combat. So
Yeah, so I think we're in good shape there. I think I did
my
put these.
character.
By the way, I'm gonna let me go.
That's good. I like them.
Let me get out here
I
to
think they're good. I
the
think they're
Google
solid.
Drive. I did put this stuff out in public. Can I get a link? Here's the link. If you do want to see the rule set, there it is.
Look at that. It's all the files.
All the files are there. Yeah, all the goofy powers and so on.
Nice.
I like the combination mechanic. I think it actually works really well. I think we've, it's a decent job, and we've honed it over the years. To be pretty decent. We do another. I will do a test combat. We're gonna do a test combat, not tonight, of course. We're gonna do a test combat. Probably. Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be something like Friday. Just do a fight. We'll put either all 4 of these, or we'll put 3 of them, just to see against a small horde of gang members or something, right? Gunmen, bank robbers, something of that nature, and see how they fare. What's up, Amanda? How are you?
Hi, Amanda.
How are you? Justice is a power set? Wait, hold on. What?
It is.
Where, what does Justice do? Let me look now.
A lot of wacky powers.
Armor of the Righteous, okay, which is fine. Oh, geez, I do hate. Once again, freaking.
I have 2 of them selected as possible gadgets.
Oh, nice.
Because they're weird powers. I like weird powers.
So we get Armor of the Righteous in the Justice power set. Mental Saves 2 is actually really good, by the way. Armor 333 does not suck either. Bodyguard stance is fine. You suck a little bit, but you block for your ally. Done. Break bonds. Okay. Watch this tomorrow. Had family dinner. Oh, very nice. Compel truth. Doesn't suck. Oh, that's a lasso of truth there. So we got Wonder Woman here. Fair play. You're immune to flanking, immune to surprise. It's fine. Fourth freedom. You free the target from afraid, which is a clever play on the speech, the words. Light radius 20. Objection. Once per battle, when the opponent states his action, you may spend an energy to immediately preempt him and take an action. It's an addition to your regular action for the turn. Ooh, I don't hate that. You can't take that as a power, as a device. By the way.
That's not what I picked.
Okay, good. That's fine.
Thank you for nerving Man of the Ground.
No.
Fine.
No. But that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Powerful may substitute power for one of these saves, of course. Power Smite. I mean, just your big attack. Rally. Oh, God. What does Word do with these fucking...
Pig Rally. I like Rally.
Yeah, heal 5 once a battle, yeah. Resolute, retaliate. When you're hit, spend energy to go, and then shield. Shield, block 2, bonus blocks missiles. It's not a terrible set. What's the tone of the world? Invincible, Ultraviolence, or Classic Marvel, or a little dark DC? I would argue... So, what is the tone of the world, Scott?
Pretty medium-ish.
I don't think it's bleak. It's not bleak,
yeah,
right?
No,
it's not martial law. It's not Watchmen.
Yeah,
it's not a bleak tone. It is.
I mean, it's closer to Classic Marvel, I guess.
Probably. So the characters. You have to
pick one of those.
Yeah. I would agree with that. It's probably the closest to a Classic Marvel. I'm not saying there's not good for a knighthood cosplay. Funny. That's funny. I mean, the weird part is it has a lot of sort of weird utility powers, this Justice set.
Yeah. So the
I
two
mean,
I thought that
because
were
honestly, Entangled, that's a good, believe it or not, that's a good cleanse.
which one?
And break bonds, free a
Oh
target
yeah.
from
So
Entangle.
so the
Because
two I thought that were good for Gadget were Break Bonds and Fourth Freedom. If
yeah,
you knew you were going to fight a thing that did that.
oh yeah, like a dude, a fear
Right.
is sucks and Entangle
Right.
sucks. Like you could,
Right. So if you were like encountered something before that had a fear power or an entangle power, or you had to go rescue
yeah,
somebody that was bound, tied up, I'm like, those are great gadgets to bring. Because, in the grand scheme of things, not useful most of the time, no. But if you knew you were gonna face that, that'd be great.
yeah, absolutely, like that. Because
You know.
well, because again, Entangle, someone rolls 48 on you and rolls like a
Right.
30, and you're sitting there trying to bust, and you have a device, let's say, and that's
Yeah.
you're a bowman.
Yeah.
You now can't use your weapon,
Right,
and
right.
you're
Now
trying to
it
break through this
obviously
entangle.
doesn't work if I get entangled.
Yeah, well, it's a
But
different.
but the thing is, it's not an attack, it's a half action.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So it's just I free you and then I still do the thing I want to do.
So
Right.
what
Now I thought
is your latest character that you're going to try to play here?
it's the effectively it's a former police robot
And
AI.
that's a robot, and what
It's
powers that?
robot and super genius.
Robot super genius.
So
Ooh.
you were presumably built by Nova Corps, because I assume built
Yeah,
by Nova
of
Corps.
course you are.
To be a police detective robot, you were meant to go to crime scenes, figure it out, solve the crime. And you're still you're a cop, you're a robot cop, so you can fight,
Yeah.
But then there was the ACLU filed a lawsuit with the Supreme Court,
Right. You
which
emancipated your ass.
yeah, said that sentient AIs got emancipated because they were people, and you cannot subjugate people.
Nick Valentine, Sherlock Holmes. Yes. Yes.
It's exactly. And so he got emancipated, and then like, well, what do you do if you're a man? And he got probably some level of like, you know, compensation from Nova Courts. Like, well, I guess we did own you. Here's some money.
Right.
So you're like, well, what do you do? Well, you go to school because you gotta figure out what you do with your life, right? So he went to college, and now he's trying to figure out what to do with his life, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that is the concept. So it's a robot super genius. It's all the skills in the game,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah. I can't
It's
imagine you don't.
it's
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. I have every skill in the game, basically, and yeah, and that's the thing. And then I actually what I did know was the personality. So I figured that out,
Okay.
which is so his designer when he was designed was a film buff, like a film nerd,
Got it.
and his favorite actor, and film, of course, was James Dean.
That's funny.
So he made the robot look like James Dean because you
Right.
can just decide that, and so because why not? I'm making a robot. I want to make it look like James Dean because I have the power. And so the robot's like, well, what do I do? And then like a quick Google search realizes, well, you look like James Dean. And so it's like, well, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Let's start there. So he sort of just assumed the character of Rebel Without a
Rebel without a
Cause.
cause. There you go.
Yeah, so he's a bad kid.
Right. Got it.
Because he just leaned into watched the movie, said, well, that's must be who I am. Like, because took someone doesn't know who they are, right? You're like, you're a
Sure.
robot. The police tell you what to do, and then all of a sudden says you're free, and then Nova Corps is like, well, I guess I wipe your programming, right? And you do whatever you do with your life. And so he decided he was James Dean from Rebel Without a Cause, and
There you
that's who
go.
I'm playing. I'm playing James Dean
In Rebel
from
without a
Rebel
cause.
Without a Cause in college. Done.
Done.
I have all the skills. All of them. So clearly
yes.
So clearly that's a support character in the party. That's not the.
Yeah. So robot, we got to analyze foe possibly.
Yeah, I got lots of powers.
Armor plates, auto dock, of course. That's good.
So many things. No.
Stretching, gadget,
All the gadgets.
laser
All the
eyes,
gadgets.
machine interface, computer use, electronics use, device use, powered locomotion, all the moves.
I took everything that was a skill. Everything.
Everything.
All the skill powers I took. All of them.
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I'm sort of the investigator.
Then you have super genius.
A super genius, because I'm a super
Because
wit.
you are a super genius.
No.
Analyze foe, which you still have. Anatomical precision.
I'm not taking analyze foe. That's ridiculous.
Combat precognition.
No.
Danger sense. Deep thought.
Maybe danger sense.
Detective. Because of course,
yeah.
Now you're skilled.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah.
Obviously, gadget. We still have gadget. Insight. Once per session, you may ask the GM a question.
Not bad.
Medical training.
Yeah.
But you already have robot. You have doc. Auto doc.
I would take medical training.
Science. Yeah, science.
Science. Yeah. I have science, detective, and machine interface because those are all the skills, and utility belt.
Yeah,
because you got to have
a lot of skills.
all the gadgets.
Yeah, and utility belts.
Body.
Utility belt's fun because it's a chance to just have bad sharp repellent and shit. If you
plus, you always have tools. Like no one can say I don't have a tool.
No, you always have tools. Lock picks.
And I took robot body because he really is a robot. So
right,
he's not a human being. So yeah, it's good.
I do like it. I like it.
And then I will take power locomotion, of course, and then I will take either laser eyes or taser, depending, and then gadget, and then we got to see what the roles are on the super chart of death.
Oh right, because you have to level up. Those characters are going to level up. Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
But yeah, I literally have a list. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? I have 16 skill proficiencies.
Yeah, like you're proficient in a lot of shit, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and a lot of them are +4. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm that guy. But as I said, for me, the combat is secondary.
Yeah,
the rest of the party has to carry the fight.
Yeah,
it's not. I will fight, but it's not my jam. It's not why I'm here. I'm not putting out the big damage numbers. I'm here to do all the other stuff. But yeah. And then I might start with 2 gadgets technically because I could.
Sure, because you can. Yeah. Sort of.
So yeah.
Get your loadout based on what you think.
So the one gadget would probably be my go-to combat gadget, and the other gadget is what does the adventure need today? Right. It's sort of the what weird thing are we doing now? Right, gadget. So yeah.
And there you go. My favorite character of all time.
Hellcat is because it's the best. It's not about what Hellcat does. It's about who Hellcat is.
It's about it's my yes.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite character of all time is Jane Doe.
Oh yeah, well,
obviously.
I did like Jane Doe. Jane Doe's
and it's not about how Jane Doe does either. Exactly. At least with powers. I mean, what? What? And hey, we were young and in love.
You were young and in love for a while,
until we weren't.
Until you weren't. Until we shifted timelines. Her defenses are good though for Hellcats for not being
I know she hung in every fight. She was tough. Like she could survive stuff because she had the crazy.
Yeah, she had like a plot armor.
She had a little bit of plot armor.
She had like Wolverine regeneration.
Yeah,
effectively.
She had the, you can knock her down, but she gets up again.
Right.
Just like Chumbawamba said she would.
She has fireworks effectively. Fireworks, club, and a roller skates.
Fireworks. Yeah, that was good.
Clubby
was the best. Clubby was the best inanimate character in that campaign.
Right.
Oh, Clubby.
Clubby.
Now we have a talking sword, which, by the way, I'm never getting rid of.
Yes, in our latest campaign, Scott has a talking sword, which
sword,
mostly berates him. Like it's mostly
it's
not
terrible. And now it means I can never have a nice weapon.
No, right, because you're like, I can't get rid of this.
No, I can't get rid of it. We effectively ruined. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm just leaning into that now. It's as I call it, Swordy McSwordface.
Swordy McSwordface.
We are never getting rid of that sword. We have it's funny. Yeah, it's good. No, I did like Hellcat was great. Yeah, actually a lot of really good NPCs in that campaign.
Yeah.
Wilbur was great. April Showers was great. Carl was sort of a good jerk.
Right.
It's all good.
Yeah. So I think what we're gonna try to do is we'll try to run a sample combat. I will see if I can get these guys. If I can get these 4 guys made in City of Heroes.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm not gonna make them make. I'm just gonna make costumes.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right. If I can just get the costumes made, I'll make tokens out of there. I mean, I have one. I have the one. Right. But I don't love the Beatles look. Like I said, I would. There are looks I'd rather have done, but that was. Pictures. What do we got here? Unfortunately, we have a few AI pictures still, which I'm gonna not use if I can. Yeah, I mean, there's Beetle. It's not terrible. The wings suck, but that's the wings that City of Heroes gives you.
Oh yeah.
The Champions one is better. The all that shit. So we will live.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll try to do one maybe Friday. If I can get I don't even need tokens made. I literally bought. I went on Roll20 and I bought tokens for superheroes. So we can make do with whatever we got. If we get good tokens, Beetle, it'd be nice if Beetle looked like the head with the beetle eyes. Done. Right? That's easy. That's
Sure.
Because none of the other characters are necessarily going to look like they look. And I figure really you only need to keep track of hit points. I'm not going to make character sheets because that's almost impossible in Roll20 for this.
Yeah.
So we'll just have the sheets on the side. Keep track of hit points, energy, and their and their current burn. Yeah. Pretty much. And just do that. I almost wish that Roll20 did a little bit better job. I wish it had something akin to tokens or akin to counters like Tabletop Sim does. You know what I mean? Like that you could attach something to a character and when you click it, it goes up by 1. And when you right click it goes down by 1. Done. That would be a great addition. Just something like I know you can go in and click and then type, and that's great. But instead of having to type, just going this number, if I click it, it goes up by 1. And if I right click, it goes down by 1. Because then you can do, and if I middle mouse, it freaking goes to 0 or some bullshit like that, right? Like
that'd be great for like burn.
Yeah, like burn, because we'll talk about burn when we do the combat. But it's sort of the it's what determines whether you gain or lose energy during your each round. And it's based on how much powers you use. And it's variable, So it'd be nice to not have to type it. It'd be nice to just click it and go, and so on. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. And it's going to be a little clunky, I know, to run the fights. So that's why we'll see sort of how it goes. On Friday, we'll commit to Friday. Friday's the test combat, and it'll be our heroes against some random set of thugs or whatever, and we'll just go that route. So since I have villains, I just don't have them. You know, I'd have to look and see. Again, 4 heroes on 4 villains would be a rough. That's a rough fight. That is a long haul. We won't start with that. We'll start light and airy. So so I think that's it. I think we're actually going to call it early because we got our we completed our objective and we got our 4 characters. I don't know if if you have any questions, fire them. Yeah. So let's see how this goes, and I will see you all Friday. Hopefully, I'll do something tomorrow night too, but probably just play Fallout, frankly, and starve more in Fallout. And then Friday night we will do a test combat. I love Horizon, by the way. I love it. I love it. It is such a good mod pack. And the main reason is because I love the fact that it makes building shit important. Whereas normally in Fallout, building shit is not important. It's sort of like, whatevs. You can build stuff, not build stuff, whatever. But I love the fact that you have to build things in Horizon. Like it's a necessity. Having said that, I'm fucking starving and thirsty all the time. So it is a little bit scarce. All right. Thank you guys. Amanda, Nutmeg, thanks a lot. TV, Michael, all good. I appreciate you hanging out. Good to see you, Rob, for the 10 minutes you were here before you went out to drink at someone's garage. It's not a bar. It's just someone's garage. Let's face facts. And that's it. I hope to see you all tomorrow, and I hope to see you all Friday. Have a good night. Thanks, Scott.